Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
There's something special about a local hometown bank. The pace is a little slower, the smile's a little brighter, and the relationship is, well, personal. Visit us in Gilmer or our new bank in Longview on the corner of 1844 and Judson Road. For over 120 years, Gilmer National Bank has been building relationships, one customer at a time. Come see us for all your personal, commercial, and agricultural needs, because we want to hear you say,
Gilmer National Bank. That's my bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jeff Traylor Stadium and the opening game of the 2023 season. I'm Todd Robinson, joined tonight by the voice of the Buckeyes, Mr. Jeff Rash. And Jeff, we have got the game of the week to kick things off. We do not wait to get it cranked up. Here in the dog days of summer, the Buckeyes are squaring off against probably one of the top 2 to 3 teams in the state. Number 13, Jeremiah Noble, and number 11, Caden Tennyson at the quarterback position that are all juniors. They've really had to step up the last 2 weeks against outstanding competition, probably as good as they're going to see into December, into the playoffs, and manage to win last week. Now they're getting to Eric back. Hand off to Henderson, left side, got some room in the end zone. 2 plays, and the Buckeyes score. Well, you got to right now be thinking that the guys in white are rolling their eyes and saying, oh my gosh, here we go, up the middle. Got a gas, touchdown. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They in the back. How about that?
While you still churn, I'm still shining, it's real blinding. And I'm getting hotter too, talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you, and I do what I gotta do. Let's go home.
Hand off, right side. Look at this big gap, and he's going to score. Untouched, Will Henderson. Finding gaps, finding safety. Buckeyes doing a great job of blocking downfield. And now we can dropping back inside to number 3 to Eric Tate. Down to the 5, first and goal from the 5.
The coldest of teams, they know we great on tries. They know in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target in practice, yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting my feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, up black dress code. Pay me my respect.
That was a keeper, and they just slammed him with the turf. The right side gets a good block. Headed to the end zone, scores. Dropping back, launching one. Wide open, touchdown. That's number 13, Jeremiah Noble. Perfectly thrown ball. Yeah, if he throws that pass to Eric, they're going to dump it to Henderson. Out of the backfield, everybody picks up their blocks. And over the middle, and no flags. Touchdown Buckeyes. And now it's a tie game again. But
Here's the situation. We talked about this earlier. You got 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. And he launches one downfield wide open.
That's to Eric Tate.
And to Eric Tate wisely, he cuts upfield and finds his 5 yards plus battles his way all the way down to the 1.
He is a stud.
That's a great run right there.
Only the Buckeyes can do with that kind of weapons on offense, and it comes down to this. Well-executed drive,
Right.
let's say that.
This is for the win with 0 seconds left, or we go to overtime. Even closer.
25 yards, not 30. Kick is up. And it's good again. Buckeyes win.
0 seconds on the clock. Buckeyes take the win. And Mom, I'm sorry you weren't here to see it. All of you Buckeye fans that leave, never, ever leave a Buckeye game, even if they're down. This was the best comeback I have seen in years. What a game. What a game.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Goodars & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Goodars & Young.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We are conveniently located on Highway 271 and Redbud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all of the teachers, administration, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We would also like to wish all of the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve. With the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Texarkana, Texas, on the campus of Liberty Eylau High School, where your Gilmer Buckeyes get ready to take on the Liberty Eylau Leopards. I'm Todd Robinson, back tonight and with the voice of the Buckeyes, Mr. Jeff Rash. We want to say a special thank you to our compatriots that filled in unexpectedly for us so well last week. Unfortunately, the opening district game for the Buckeyes did not quite go as planned. We'll talk about that a little bit tonight, as both teams come into tonight's contest 0-1 in district, with the Buckeyes having gone down to the vaunted Pleasant Grove Hawks last week. We will talk a little bit about that. But, Jeff, why don't we just send a special shout-out to Brother Ben and Pastor Jake and just talk a little bit about what a great job they did last minute filling in for us last week.
Good job, Ben. Good job, Jake.
So, needless to say, Jeff and I were gone, unplanned, and gone a long way from Gilmer, Texas, unfortunately. But
mine was planned. Yours was unplanned.
I was about as far away as you can get as possible, but I did get to watch the game from a hotel room in Bangkok, Thailand, at 7 in the morning, 12 hours ahead of here, and it was a little bit gut-wrenching to fight the jet lag and to see what happened. But quite frankly, I think as we've been asked a lot of questions, number one, I'm sure that neither one of us are as good looking as those guys that filled in for us last week. But we were not here for those festivities, and we did get the chance to really watch the film. And I don't think that things are, so to speak, as gloomy and bleak as maybe some Buckeye fans may think. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But let's talk a little bit tonight about the Liberty Eylau Leopards. We will, for example, tonight on the home side upstairs, we have broadcast from this location before. We are quite literally 4 feet from the stadium speakers. So you are going to hear a lot of kind of override. It's basically as big as I'd say a 10-gallon water cooler.
I was going to say a Volkswagen.
Yeah, there's 3 of them hanging here, literally right above our heads. So we will get kind of some feedback tonight, as the stadium announcer is literally right above us. But the Liberty Eylau Leopards are 1-4 coming into tonight's contest. The Buckeyes a little bit banged up after last week. But quite frankly, we kind of all knew when the schedule came out, Jeff, that Pleasant Grove Gilmer was going to be for a district championship. Now, let's talk a little bit about the positioning of the Buckeyes and how things just tend to work over these last 2 years. So what do we mean by that? We mean that the UIL comes in and we have no control over our district schedule. We have no control over the path to the playoffs. And we all know what an uphill kind of punch above our weight class schedule the Buckeyes have played with top 5 teams in 4A Division I and 5A in the preseason. The Pleasant Grove Hawks obviously are also state ranked. The Buckeyes are, and so are the Carthage Bulldogs. But the way things now play out, as it was the opposite of this last year, the Buckeyes had to play Carthage the week before Pleasant Grove played them because both were district champs. Now, when we look at it, Carthage is going to have to play Pleasant Grove before they play us. So not a lot of fairness built into that. Not quite sure how that happened, but the second place team out of our district actually has the advantage because we're not going to have to play both of the probably best. If you look at Carthage, Pleasant Grove, and Gilmer, those are the 3 best teams probably in all of 4A Division II. They all happen to be from the same region. And to come out of this region, one team is going to have to play both teams to win. Gilmer is now a bye. We will not play Carthage until they play Pleasant Grove, and we will not play Pleasant Grove until they have played Carthage. So Gilmer, essentially, if we can win out from here on in, we'll get the winner of those 2 teams. And I think in the long run, that's a really important thing.
And that's in round 4.
Correct.
So that means that Carthage or Pleasant Grove, one of them, are going to go out
the week before.
What arguably people could say, well, that would be a great state championship, but unfortunately that's not how it works. And so in week 3, one of those guys are going out. A really good football team is going to go out in week 3. If we can persevere, then we'll go on to week 4 before we'll meet one of those two, like you said. So
Final Four regional championship.
We kind of said, I'd love to have another district championship, but I like going far in the playoffs. And if I had to pick, to be honest with you, I was disappointed we lost, but I'm always disappointed we lose. But if you want to look at the silver lining, if you will, that puts us another round possibly in the playoffs that we may or may not would have been able to accomplish.
And anything can happen. Obviously, it's pretty obvious that Gilmer, let's just say from an athletic talent standpoint, Gilmer's got the best talent in the state in 4A Division II. Pleasant Grove has the most size, as everybody got to see last week. They are monstrous. We knew they were coming. That is a group of guys that are all seniors this year. And unlike Chapel Hill, who all those guys are just juniors this year, we are not going to see them probably again next year because most likely the districts will be different. So we caught Pleasant Grove in a scenario where, from a game plan standpoint, given the talent that we have now, really our objective last week going into the game was we're gonna get the ball first, we're gonna score and make them catch up to us. Their offense is really not strategically designed to play catch up. As you see, their quarterback is very, very talented last week, but he didn't really throw the football really well. He wasn't going to beat you with his arm, and that was kind of our game plan. Once we got down kind of 3 serves, so to speak, and so many little things that could have happened differently that I noticed just watching film, getting a chance to visit with Alan here before the game today. He saw the exact same things, obviously. He watched a lot more film than I did, but you'll remember in last week's game when Tarek Tate, probably one of the most talented athletes on the field, caught the opening kickoff 7 yards deep in the end zone and brought it out. Jeff, if we had 1 extra second of blocking, he's gone to the house and it's 7-0 before anybody's even run a play, and the entire game changes. In the next 2 possessions, there's probably 5 things that happen that are just little things that we miss on. And it all really equates to that last play, which was really kind of the nail in the coffin, where Caden Tennyson, fumbled and then had a guy fall on top of him, got a concussion, and then from there on in, it was really okay. We need to go into survival mode because we've got a long season ahead of us. We got a long way to play, and most likely we're going to see these guys again. So,
when you talk about those, just if 5 things would have been different, I mean, that's every team that loses can say that because when you're playing a team like Pleasant Grove has, they make you miss those 5 little things. I mean, that's just the way it works, right? Because then there should have been 5 other opportunities that would allow you if you have the ability. And I think anybody's chances against Pleasant Grove, because I see them as the favorite to win state, but anybody that wants to beat that team, the key is for you to pray that the entire defensive line springs their ankle at the same exact time, because they're going to absolutely get in the backfield every play. Yeah, they're enormous and they're strong and they're well coached. So
they are disruptive.
They're very disruptive.
And
you can't. I don't care how good your offense is. We've got the fastest offense. There's no question in the state of Texas, probably in any level. And I mean that quite literally.
All the way up to 6A.
But if you can't get the ball off because the defense, 1 second after the snap is interrupting the handoff or, in your quarterback's face, you can't win football games. And that's what they're good at. And it's maybe the best defensive line you've ever seen in high school.
And just to kind of add to that a little bit, Jeff, it's not like we haven't 6 weeks before then seen some of the top-rated teams in the state. And
my gosh, I've never seen better football than this season.
6 weeks in, we can truly say most likely you've run the gauntlet already.
You have played the best teams in the state.
And you're going to see that tonight a little bit with Liberty Eylau. Now, we know that we walk into this stadium and we look across and we see the on the Harris Fieldhouse over there, Division I 3A state champions 2006, and we all walk in and say, that's our ring.
It should have been.
We all remember that. G.J. Kinney, now the head coach at Texas State University, Curtis Brown, who had an NFL career, Lamar Harris, Justin Johnson, David Snow, who had an NFL career, and that's just on our team. On the other team, you had this guy named LaMichael James who was pretty dadgum good.
Never heard of him.
You had this guy named Will Middlebrooks who wound up 4 years being the starting third baseman for the Boston Red Sox. I think the shortest punt that he had that game was 62 yards. He had an 87-yard punt in that game. And oh, by the way, we had a little bit of challenges from the men wearing stripes that night too. So when you look across at Liberty Eylau, you got talent. You've got a lot of talent. But I think what you're going to see tonight is the Buckeyes quite finally playing a team that is, let's just consider a normally talented team, and kind of watch what happens. Because the Buckeyes will be kind of fighting with a hand tied behind their back tonight because of some key injuries. And I expect for Gilmer to come out to score early, to score often, and really kind of run away from this team here at Liberty Eylau, and really kind of remind everyone that, oh yeah, Gilmer's still Gilmer, and just because the teams that they have been playing are elite state championship level teams any other year, we're now going to have 5 games, 6 games, 7 games in a row where we're playing teams that really are punching at our weight class, and watch what the Buckeyes do. I'm excited tonight for these guys to finally come down a little bit off the mountaintop that they've been competing on, and down where the oxygen is normal, and really just be able to say, look, these are schools that are district schools that are supposed to be kind of at our registration number, at our level. And I think you'll see the Buckeyes really excel probably for the next 8 or 9 weeks. And again,
this is literally the first game of the year.
Yeah, very much so.
Where it's not and I'm listening when I say this, and you can have your own opinion. I've watched a lot of football over the years, Gilmer Buckeye football, and I'm going to tell you right now that we have played 6 or 5 state championship level games. And like I've seen state championship games that weren't as fun to watch as the first one, second one, third one, fourth one this year. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back after the national anthem and be ready for the game.
Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Liberty Eylau High School in Texarkana, Texas. And beautiful rendition of our national anthem by the Liberty Eylau Band. They did a great job.
And Jeff, speaking of bands, we want to send a very special shout out, not that we didn't expect it, but the Gilmer Buckeye Band has won sweepstakes and a marching contest once again, and will be returning to Baylor University. I'm not quite sure anybody should have scheduled anything that Gilmer does in Waco, Texas. But
Never.
That is where the state championship band competition will be, where the Gilmer Buckeye Band will be competing once again for a state title, as the Eric Gray and all his wonderful staff over there have once again delivered, and the Gilmer Buckeye Band is sweepstakes award winning and right back into a state competition in the marching, traditional military marching contest. We wish them all the luck in the world. They got Yambry coming up next week. That'll be a tune-up for their state competition, and then we will see how the Buckeyes fared. The past couple of years, the band, I think, has been in 3rd place in both years, and we look forward to them having another shot. And it's great to see our kids competing at the very highest levels, no matter what they're doing. And have such great programs all around the school, from ROTC to the FFA program and the football program, the athletics program, the girls program, the music programs. It is a good time to be a Buckeye once again. And Eric Gray and that crew over there do such a great job with the band. We'll see them march at halftime. But here's the coin toss. The Buckeyes have, as the visiting team, have called the coin toss. And it looks like they have won the toss, as the referee asking them what do they want to do. I would expect for the Buckeyes to probably defer here. So let's see. They will turn around and head towards the scoreboard. We know that. And the referee says they will receive. So shows you what I know, Jeff. As Coach Metzel says, give me the ball. I really want to get that bad taste out of my mouth from last week and see if the Buckeyes really have an opportunity. The big return guys, Will Henderson and Tarek Tate, I mean, it doesn't get any more talented than that. But the Buckeyes, rough week of practice, I would say. A lot of guys really disappointed in the performance last week. But, Jeff, I think that's because they know how truly close they really are. I think they knew exactly what they were going to be up against with Pleasant Grove. I think PG came in and treated it as kind of circled on the calendar like it was their state championship game. Remember, the Buckeyes for the last 2 years in a row have kind of soundly defeated Pleasant Grove with that same strategy offensively, get out in front of them and make them chase you. And Coach Josh Gibson and those guys over there do such a great job in Pleasant Grove. They got up early, got serve on the Buckeyes, and they are going to claim their first district championship in 3 years. And now the Buckeyes set their sights on a really long string of victories here, rolling into the playoffs. And it is imperative now, Jeff, that the next 4 or 5 weeks they really execute so they shore up that number 2 spot in the district and set themselves up for that perfect scenario where they're kind of navigating their way through the playoffs. And again, they get the winner of Pleasant Grove Carthage, not have to go beat them both.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I anticipate them to be able to do just that. So, Gilmer Buckeye receiving team is back, set, and ready to go, and the kickoff team for Liberty Eylau ready to get this Friday night underway. So again, want to thank Ben Lofton and Jake Peterman for filling in for Todd Robinson and myself last week. That those guys did a really nice job while we were out of town, and thank you for doing that. We may be calling you again. So it is district play, folks, second game of district. And Liberty Eylau's kicking off is going to be received on about the 14-yard line. But whistle was blown. I don't see flags on the play, but they blew that dead.
Yeah, I don't think the referee gave the guy permission to kick off.
Yeah, he may not have. And just so you know, folks, tonight there may be a lot of flags in this game, and the reason I'm telling you that is there's 7 officials, and
one more than normal.
They're going to, so they're going to be seeing everything that goes on tonight, and you're going to have probably some yellow laundry on the ground through tonight's game. Hopefully not too much, because Buckeye fans have a nice long drive home tonight, and that just delays the game. So hopefully they'll let them play the game tonight and ignore, a few things here and there. So evidently,
yeah, the referee is doing shoulder exercises, which means reset the play clock, and he is pointing up now towards our press box.
There you go.
And it's a 25-second clock for special teams, not 40 seconds. Wow, it is
brought to you by State Farm.
An empty stadium here on the home side, Jeff, for maybe lots of reasons.
Here's a high kick. This time it's going to be really good field position for the Buckeyes. Number 7, Webb around the right side, running down the sideline, cuts back across the middle, headed to the house, chased down from behind, and finally brought down around the 25-yard line of Liberty Eylau. So, unfortunately, that having to re-kick really cost the Leopards quite a bit there, as the Buckeyes nearly take that one all the way to the house.
Yeah, number 10, Jaden Edmond in at quarterback for the Buckeyes. Caden Tennyson, the normal starter, a little bit banged up. He's going to take the night off. And Jaden will be the trigger man for the Buckeyes, a senior who came in and played really well last week after Caden got hurt. 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes, all the way down at the 24-yard line. Don't look for him to waste much time here, Jeff.
All right, Edmond, and we've got a little contact up front. Not sure if that's going to be offsides or an illegal procedure against Buckeyes. I didn't see movement on the line, but we'll find out here in just a second. I think it's going to be offsides.
Yes, it is.
Offsides against the Leopards. First play of scrimmage.
So after that 56-yard return there by number 7, Brennan Webb, and it just seemed like yesterday, Jeff, that we were talking about Brennan and how he really stepped up in the Kilgore game, and boy, has he been a factor ever since.
Handoff up the middle, Henderson. Room to run, lowers his head, gets all the way down to the 11-yard line. They're going to spot it on the 12.
Well, I think Will's got his goggles on because his way he puts his head down right there, I don't think it's just his glasses. Ran off from the field house and had to have a Buckeye fan stop by and grab him for him, but he looks to be all right. Buckeyes well within the red zone now, looking to take this into 1st and goal territory.
All right, Henderson goes in motion, low snap. Edmond in trouble, and he is going to be sacked as the pocket just collapses around him quickly. He never had a chance to pull up and do much there. Wanted to roll to his right side, nothing there. Lost about 3 yards on the sack, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that's a route out here to the boundary side, the short side of the field, and you got Jeremiah Noble and Brendan Webb that are out here. And that little screen pass just did not have time to develop.
2nd and 16 from the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Coach is calling an audible. And they're telling Edmond what they want him to do. Here's the snap. It's going to be a draw play. Henderson. And I don't think they sold that one too well. Everybody's kind of saw Henderson not moving there. And they got all over that in a hurry. They gained a couple. Looks like about 3rd and call it 3rd and 15.
Yeah, interesting scenario here, Jeff. Probably 4-down territory. I don't think the Buckeyes want to kick a 35-yard field goal here.
No, this is 4-down territory for sure.
Exactly. They got to get all the way down to the 3-yard line for a 1st down, but they got 2 downs to do it.
Haven't run anything outside yet. Edmond drops back, looking to pass. Goes to the corner of the end zone, throws a great pass. It's caught, touchdown Buckeyes. And
what a catch, Brendan Webb.
I mean, he put it on the money.
I'm telling you, what a great
pass
catch.
right to the corner of the end zone. Away from the defender. I mean, that couldn't have been thrown any better.
I said Brendan Webb, but that is the weird double pane glass we're looking through up here. That is to Eric Tate on the touchdown. So with 9:56 remaining in the 1st quarter, the Buckeyes, after a huge kickoff return, 56 yards by Brendan Webb, have a strike from Edmond out to Tarek Tate, and I mean a strike it was. Buckeyes hit the scoreboard first. Extra point is up and good. And Jeff, as we kind of predicted here, look for a lot of Buckeyes to score early and often and really just kind of get the bad taste out of their mouth and really pull away here from a Liberty Eylau team that, quite frankly, is a little bit overmatched. So not a lot of people here in the stadium tonight over on the Liberty Eylau side, but the Buckeye Army traveled well, and, of course, the band over there and the Buckeyes with just over 2 minutes into the game already enjoying a 7-point lead.
All right. That was a lot of talking. I don't think I can get a commercial in there.
Well, let's do this, Jeff.
I'm just pretty sure we just need to keep chatting.
Let's jump in and give a special shout out to Miss Barbara Stone, who is listening to us tonight.
Hi, Barbara.
We appreciate you so much, and all of the Buckeye fans that are out there. As we learned last week, you know, we're up here in the press box, Jeff, and I guess during our broadcast, I don't check text messages that much. But boy, being away, I didn't realize how many text messages you really get. I think some of that basically saying, "Where the heck are you guys?" That's not you on the radio. But at the back end of that, it's great to also be able to go online. And Eric Conitz, our real guru here that makes everything go.
Yeah, all the texts I got said maybe you should think about retirement. You know, I guess we got different friends. All right, here's the kickoff by the Buckeyes, and they're going for a little onside kick and got it. Look at this. I think they just recovered that. They look like they went out of bounds. Yep, Buckeyes got it.
Buckeyes football at the Liberty Eylau 35. Little pooch kick, perfectly placed.
Boy, he did place that perfectly.
Checks up, and we will see who really ran that down. I think that was Tarek Tate. Once again, looked like he was shot out of a cannon. Kyle easily recovered that. That's
Kyle
number 15.
Easley.
I can't see numbers up here for squat, Jeff.
We're a long way away, Todd. It's not your fault. So 1st and 10 from the Liberty Eylau 37. And Buckeyes coming out, pulling a little trickery right from the start, a little tomfoolery. And look at this set we've got down here offensively. Haven't seen this year. Motion. And it is a trap play to Brandon Webb around the left side. And they'll be rewarded for that big time as Brandon gets down to the 18-yard line. And that is the first time I've seen that this year.
Yeah, a little 16-yard carry. So what they did was they actually lined up twins in the slot. The inside man was Brandon Webb. They put Will Henderson in motion out to the right-hand side and then run that little inside pitch play. Well executed by the Buckeyes.
All right, handoff, number 14, up the middle. That is Smith, DeVray Smith. You see him take that little stutter step to the right and then cut back to the left side.
Yeah, he's
so
got
Buckeyes
great
are kind of
feet.
showing a little bit of the playbook here.
Yeah, you're getting some new taste of what you're going to see the second half of the season now.
All right, handoff once again to Smith. Smith stayed on his feet, fighting his way down to about the 3-yard line.
Number 14, Smith on the carry again.
1st and 10 Buckeyes. Haven't seen a lot of Smith this year carrying the ball, Jeff, but you remember what kind of stock he's from, as his older brother was a star running back for the Gilmer Buckeyes just 3 short years ago. Boy, it seems like yesterday. But we have a hurt player down on the field, and we were going to take a quick timeout with 9:10 left. Buckeyes will have the ball 1st and goal at the Liberty Eylau 3, leading 7-0. We'll be right back.
There's something special about a local hometown bank. The pace is a little slower, the smile's a little brighter, and the relationship is, well, personal. Visit us in Gilmer or our new bank in Longview on the corner of 1844 and Judson Road. For over 120 years, Gilmer National Bank has been building relationships, one customer at a time. Come see us for all your personal, commercial, and agricultural needs, because we want to hear you say,
Gilmer National Bank. That's my bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we're back at Liberty Eylau High School here in Texarkana, Texas. And we had an injured player on the Liberty Eylau side, and they are helping that young man off. We hope a speedy recovery for him. Looks like a knee or ankle injury, and we hope he's okay and back in commission soon. The Buckeyes are on about the 2-yard line, and DeVary Smith is the running back. Edmond the quarterback. As last week we had a injury to our starting quarterback, Tennyson. So here's the snap. Handoff to Smith, lowers his head and just bullies his way right into, made instant contact at the line of scrimmage and just bullied his way in there for the score.
DeVray will not be denied, and again, just it's so nice to have just such a depth of talent. As DeVray Smith comes in, has several big carries as the Buckeyes now go up 13-0. And Jeff, we have not even played. We've played 3 minutes and 2 seconds into this ball game, and the Buckeyes have put 2 touchdowns on the board already. And like we said at the top of the game, this is really what Gilmer looks like to a normal team. When you're not playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, you really find out what kind of offense the Buckeyes really have.
All right, kick is up and good, and that is going to be another Gilmer score. So 8:58 left to play in the first quarter. Gilmer on top, 14-0. We'll be right back.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cut even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, we are back to Liberty Eylau. 8:58 left to play in the first quarter. Gilmer leads 14-0. And Buckeyes are getting set to kick off once again.
Onside kick last time, Jeff. I don't think we will see that again.
I
think Mr. Pate there will use that leg and kick it deep. Obviously, the Buckeyes up 14-0, and we have barely played 3 minutes.
Going in and out.
And you want to check me there? I'm not sure I'm plugged in correctly. Okay.
Pate ready to kick.
All right, here's Pate set to kick off, and he does exactly that. He kicks it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Return up the middle. Got a huge lane, breaks free, and he is headed to the house unless somebody catches him, and they do. And that was Pate, the kicker, chased him down from behind and shoestring tackles him. Otherwise, that would have been a return, as he just came right at the gut, completely untouched. And what a great return there by Liberty Eylau, as they get all the way out to the Buckeye. It looks like a terrible spot for Liberty Eylau. I thought he was much further down the field than that. They were going to spot it on the Buckeye 43-yard line, and to prove I'm fair, I could have sworn he was another 5 or 6 yards down the field.
He fell a long way.
Yes, he did. All right, here comes the first series for the Leopards. They got 3 receivers wide to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback is in the shotgun alone. Here's the snap. Quick pass. Buckeyes immediately on top of it, but that's good for a gain of about 8.
And Jamar Bird in on that stop almost stepped right into the ball there, as the receiver had little time, if any, to catch that ball. And I think Bird may have actually knocked it back into his hands, but an instant tackle. But as you said, Jeff, nice little route, 8 yards on that first down play. But as we've said before, Liberty Eylau looks up at the scoreboard, and they've already kind of got a mountain to climb before the black flag even hits the field. 2nd and 2 for Liberty Eylau from the Buckeye 35.
All right, 2 backs in the backfield, either side of the quarterback in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. In trouble, forced to throw it away as a Buckeye defensive line in hot pursuit.
Yeah, nice job up front there. Is not quite the size that the Buckeyes past 6 weeks. Actually, the Buckeyes actually look pretty big in those white uniforms comparatively, and that's not something that you have noticed on a quick glance the last 6 weeks. Is it looked like they've been playing against college teams. But
yeah, so we've been suffering by comparison. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 backs in the backfield once again. Quarterbacks in the shotgun for Liberty Eylau. Buckeyes showing a blitz and handoff brought down there by number 18 for the Buckeyes, and that is Escalante.
That's a nice little read by the quarterback there, and the Buckeyes were slanting towards the field side, the wide side of the field. There's a ball spot on the left hash, and the quarterback made a good read, pulled that in, and managed to pick up the first down at the Buckeye 32. 7:40 left to play in the first quarter. Buckeyes already out to a 14-0 lead, but the black flag would dearly love to get a big stop here and get the ball back to that white-hot offense.
All right, 1 back this time in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff, left side. Buckeyes sniff it out instantly and bring him down at the original line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's nice there when the Buckeyes actually get some kind of gain some ground there on the defensive line standpoint. They're not undersized this week, which has been a first. But it probably feels like they're playing against a JV team comparatively, Jeff, because given what they've seen the last 5 weeks, it's like, man, come on, I'm able to push these guys around a little bit.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, fires one. He's instantly hit. Forward progress is going to put him at the Buckeye 28-yard line. That's a gain of about 4.
Yeah, Brendan Webb in on that coverage, Jeff, gets just better and better. He has that sniffed out. He throws back across his body, and if he doesn't put some pepper on that one, Webb's going to actually get there for an interception. It brings up 3rd and 6, and it's probably 4-down territory for Liberty Eylau, but once again, this is a really good test for the black flag. Let's see if they can keep things in front of them here. And I watch for quarterback run. That's the thing on film that you're going to kind of guess with the Buckeyes is quarterback run seems to be the most effective play for opponents.
All right, here's the snap. Dropping back, looking to pass, goes down the middle, intercepted. Number 7, Webb, still on his feet, bounces out to the left sideline. Down the field he scampers, still on his feet, and this will be a pick 6. As he takes it all the way to the house. I see flags all over the field.
Let me tell you, number 44, Cameron got his money's worth with a big crackback block that absolutely decleated the wide receiver out there. Otherwise, this is exactly what we talked about. If you don't put pepper on it the play before, Brendan Webb's going to intercept that. He drops right back in the zone and does exactly that. The Buckeyes are going to get the ball in possession, but 3 flags laying at the 32 where big number 44
I
just
told you,
laid
there's
out.
7 officials, and all of them, so I'm surprised there's not 7 flags laying out there on the field.
There's 4.
Yeah, all in the same spot. They threw it. I think they hit him in the head with the rocks that they have tied up inside those flags.
You know, Jeff, I've been in that situation. I remember our teammate Alan Denton in a 9th grade game one time intercepted a pass, and let's just say that Alan wasn't Will Henderson. And I got an opportunity and got a crackback block on that, and I just couldn't resist. It just looks too good when you're out there, and for our guys, I think it was just a little too tempting. So that blind side is going to back us up 15 yards.
Yeah, it's 15
inside
yards
our own
from
20,
the spot.
But it will be our football. Good play there by Brendan Webb, who just keeps coming on both sides of the ball. He's going to be special.
Yeah, that's a shame because he took that one all the way to the house. And so he's going to be frustrated about that. But look for him to do it again right here. One back set from the shotgun. Here's Edmond. Handoff, and they blow it dead right off the bat. False start against the Buckeyes. That's going to back them up 5. It'll be a repeat first down, but this time 1st and 15.
Yeah, it's a really hard thing with those offensive linemen, and we've had the same guys now for really 2 years. When you keep listening week after week after week to the same cadence, the same guy in Caden Tennyson, who's been the starting quarterback for the Buckeyes for 2 years now, and all of a sudden it's just a little bit different. And in practice, that's happened a lot this week as well, but nothing the Buckeyes can't overcome.
There's the snap. Handoff to Henderson. He bounces out to the left side. Comes flying around the corner. Gets that first down.
Henderson on the carry.
And that is going to move the chains. 15 yards on that carry. Again, every week I say this. I like anything Henderson outside the tackles.
Yeah, it's you hold your breath every time number 1 touches the ball.
But especially outside the tackles. They do it again. This time the right side. Everybody's picking up their blocks, and he just kind of runs out of bounds there. I was looking for him to turn it up at some point.
Yeah, he's a little bit gimpy right now.
Yeah, I noticed that. He kind of gimped around the right side. I don't know if he got kicked in the calf because I don't think it's a turned ankle, but you didn't see him put his foot in the ground going that direction. No, I noticed that. He just kind of limped out of bounds there. I hope that's all right. It's 2nd and 4. Handoff to Henderson, and he's tackled immediately, but picks up about a yard on the play.
Yeah, somebody noticed
3.
Here comes Smith, and there goes Will back to the sideline as Smith done such a good job on the last drive where Will didn't even have to come on the field. And Coach Tate over there has done such a good job with our backs for 20-plus years. He'll get that straight.
3rd and 3, low snap, handoff up the middle. Smith picks up the first down, still going. All the way out to the 50-yard line.
Boy, he ran through 3 guys, Jeff. I mean, he's so physical.
Speaking of the 50-yard line, I want to say hello to the love of my life, Dina Brash, who's listening at home. I love you, sweetheart. Those get me brownie points. I don't know if you know that.
Well, I didn't bring brownies that my wife baked us, so there you go.
Your wife's not listening. You don't have to do anything. All right. Edmond passes. Complete to G-Man, breaks tackles, and what should have been brought down at the line of scrimmage ends up being a 5-yard gain. Great job there by Jeremiah Noble. 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, good job by the corner there, number 7 for the Liberty Eylau Leopards. That's W.T. Jones, who really read that well. Otherwise, Jeremiah really made a good play. 5 yards really out of nothing there. Good job, Jeremiah.
All right, look at this shift.
You hadn't seen that ever, have you,
no, never. But I like it. Causes a lot of confusion on the defense. Let's see if it worked. Here's the snap. Handoff left side. 14 Smith around the corner. Picks up the first down.
Number 14 Smith on
nice carry there, and nice job blocking by the Buckeyes. As you said, Jeff, pre-snap, the Buckeyes really start to kind of open the playbook up a little bit and create an adjustment there for the defense. They flipped to the wide side of the field, and they flipped literally the strength of the formation. 5 guys all of a sudden go and trade places with each other. And it just opens it up for Smith, who picks up a first down at the Liberty Eylau 39.
All right, here's the snap. Edmond hangs on to it, dumps it out to Big Zero, Aaron Bell, and he is just dragging, oh my gosh, all the way to the 2. I was hoping he'd get in there. He absolutely drugged that young man about 15 yards. And Bell, I love when Bell gets the ball.
Yeah.
I wish they would hand it to him like right here. He deserves to go in at fullback right here and get the handoff.
That play is a rodeo event right there.
Oh, my gosh.
You jump on the back of big number 0, and he took that defender for a ride. That's really not fair.
Literally, he looked like he was pulling a sled.
Yeah, it did. And guess what, Jeff? Guess who goes right back in the backfield?
Good. That's exactly, he deserves that. Hand it to him and let him knock it, put it in there. He did the work. Watch this. Lowers his head.
Touchdown, Aaron Bell.
Easy touchdown, Aaron Bell.
Well deserved.
That would have been criminal not to let him do that.
I think Coach Metzel agrees. As the Buckeyes, with 2:46 left in the first quarter, scored their 3rd touchdown of the night. It's 20-0 with the extra point left to come.
You're going to love this. I just got a text from Ben Lofton talking about DeVay Smith is running hard right now. So we give the guy 1 week on the mic, and now he's going to start giving me notes. I can already see it. My phone's going to be blowing up all night. He's going to be telling us what we're doing wrong. We've created a monster. No, I'm kidding. Ben, thank you. You did a great job last week, you and Jake both. The extra point attempt is good. So the Buckeyes are in control of this game so far. 2:46 left to play. Gilmer 21 and Liberty Eylau 0. We'll be right back after these messages.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Back to Texarkana, Texas, where your Gilmer Buckeyes have dominated this first quarter of play. 21-0, they lead over the Liberty Eylau Leopards with 2:46 remaining. We want to send a special shout-out to our scout team Buckeyes of the Week, Mr. Sidney Duhart, defensive scout team player, and Mr. Logan Thromley, offensive scout team player. Those guys play such a critical role, and I know what a tough week of practice it was this last week, especially with guys like DeVray Smith who are running so hard. Aaron Bell scores his first touchdown of the night, and I have the feeling, Jeff, that this will not be the last. I think there'll be a plethora of Buckeyes who put points on the board tonight.
Short pooch kick, fielded on the 26-yard line, running down the right side. They're going to get another good return all the way out to about the 44. And again, Buckeye kickoff team needing to close those gaps. I know we got a lot of people on the field right now that are not normally out there and used to play in that position.
That's exactly right. There's a lot of Buckeyes beat up this week. I think saying last week was a physical game is an understatement.
43-yard line.
And the Buckeyes are happy to have the depth that they have. Of course, Coach Metzel and the Buckeyes don't believe in suiting guys out that aren't going to play, and they suit out 60, and all of them play. Probably one of the secrets of the success of the Buckeyes over the years is how much playing time the young guys get, and that'll certainly be the case tonight after kind of that week against Pleasant Grove, and no difference on the scoreboard. 21-0 Buckeyes lead.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff, left side. Buckeyes sniff it out quickly. He might get a yard on the carry. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for Liberty Eylau. Keeping it on the ground tonight a little bit. It's going to make this game go by a little faster.
I will not have any issue with that, Jeff. It is a long way to Texarkana, and when you got 2 teams in the Texarkana district, it doesn't matter. You're gonna be driving a lot up there, and don't forget the JV coaches and the lower division coaches have to come up here as they were already here last night. They get to come 2 days in a row.
All right, one back set, man in motion. Here's the handoff to the motion man.
What a play!
What a great play!
Your favorite player, Jeff.
Look at there. Who is that? And that's number 22.
Oh no, that's
number 22. That's Butler.
Yeah, that's Butler.
He snuck through there and made a tackle in the backfield. Loss of 4 yards brings it up 3rd and 13.
He's really coming on, Jeff. The coaches talked about him last night up at the JV game as he was standing there, obviously, and just kind of asked how he was doing. And the secondary coaches, led by your son-in-law, by the way, just really bragging on him and talking about how well he is doing. New Buckeye, but really coming on, and you can see the contribution he makes right there. It brings up a big 3rd and 14. Liberty Eylau backed all the way up to their 40-yard line.
Good defensive play there by Butler. Liberty Eylau goes into the shotgun. Buckeyes got their ears pinned back. They're coming hard. And they are coming hard and picked it off. Big number 44 down the left sideline. Take it to the house. He's going to take it in. Cameron Brown all the way to pick 6. He caught that with one hand.
One-handed.
Cameron Brown, one-handed grab and down the sideline. That made my day.
He is so excited, Jeff.
Look at the Buckeyes down there with him.
I mean, they cannot come on the field fast enough as they kind of have this, we may get a flag.
I'm looking at the coaches in the box next to us. Every one of them are smiling. Big Brown, Coach Kennedy is just laughing his head off over there.
We get a pick 6 from a defensive lineman.
Did you see him snag that ball?
He snagged it, and boy, let me tell you something. He had the end zone on his mind from the second that he secured that ball. Pick 6 for the Buckeyes to stretch this score to 27-0. Extra point left to come, and Jeff, we still have 29 seconds left in the first quarter.
See, this is why we need instant replay.
You need to see that again.
Year, because I would watch that over and over with you guys tonight. I tell you what, this guy coming on the left side over here, Liberty Eylau, is going to get one of those balls tonight if we don't pick him up. He's coming hard. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Gilmer leads 28-0. We will be right back.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Back to the action. Liberty Eylau, Texas. My favorite touchdown of the year just happened. Big Cameron Brown. Oh, dumped it right in the middle. The ball's bouncing around. It's anybody's ball. And we have no clue who's got it. There's a big old pile of humanity down there with the ball popping around. And they're saying Liberty Eylau has the ball.
The Leopards recover.
But that could have been anybody. I tell you what, man.
31-yard line.
I tell you what, he can place that ball pretty much where he wants to. Braden Pate is quite the kicker.
Yeah, that's turning into a weapon for the Buckeyes. This is the second time tonight that he's just picked some green grass and just kicked
dumped it in there,
short 9-iron choke up
and
on the 9-iron.
And then it went, did a little backspin.
And bounced off a Liberty Eylau player into the open field, and that truly was anybody's ball. I got to credit the Liberty Eylau guys down 28-0 in the first quarter for actually diving in there and risking life and limb and going to get that ball. But the Black Flag, who just posted their own score on the night, Brendan Webb got a touchdown return earlier, but it got called back. Cameron Brown makes this one stick.
Handoff up the middle. Liberty Eylau running hard, got about 5 yards on the carry. 2nd and 5.
That is
Johnson on the carry.
Something that you never expect to happen as a defensive lineman. But just in terms of the interception and the read, the interception was impressive enough. But reading that screenplay and knowing find the back and get right in front of him, and Cameron Brown's being congratulated right now by Alan Metzel saying, "That'll wait, big man," as he scores a touchdown. And Jeff, this is what we talked about at the top of the show. The Buckeyes are absolutely still the Buckeyes as they sprint out to a 21-0 lead here over Liberty Eylau to end the first quarter. And we'll take a few minutes to recognize some of our sponsors and come back with the second quarter right after this.
And balls that are thrown when we.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We are conveniently located on Highway 271 and Redbud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all of the teachers, administration, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We would also like to wish all of the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon. All right, we're back. Beginning of the second quarter, 12 minutes to halftime. And Gilmer Buckeyes are leading 28-0. And Liberty Eylau has the ball. Going to try to make something happen here. Quarterback's in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Big running lane. 10 yards and a first down. And so that's the longest run of the night so far by Liberty Eylau.
Yeah, nice read by the running back there as the Buckeyes slanted to the short side of the field where the play was designed. But the running back, really good feet and good eyes, just kind of that makes a little jump step to the left side, the field side, the wide side of the field. And only has one Buckeye to beat and picks up 6 yards, picks up a first down for Liberty Eylau from their own 43.
All right, back to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the left, 1 back in the backfield. Liberty Eylau from the shotgun. No hurry to get the snap off. They want to let as much time expire in this game as possible. Handoff up the middle. Buckeyes sniff it out, and he's probably going to lose about a yard on that one.
That is almost the same play, Jeff, with the running back running to the slant. Big number 50 and number 44, Cameron Brown there, make that stop as they've really kind of do a job on the guy right in front of them. And that's a tough play when you run into the slant. The Buckeyes stopped that for a tackle for a loss. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11 now for Liberty Eylau. And to your point, Jeff, they're in no hurry. 28-point first quarter outburst from the Buckeyes, and Liberty Eylau now really kind of looking to run this clock as quickly as they can.
2 receivers left, 1 right, 1 back in the backfield, man in the slot. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Under pressure, quarterback running for his life, and he is going to throw it out of bounds to get rid of it, as we had defenders all over him. Big number 50 had his hand on him, and I would have threw the ball away too if Tyler Hagler had me by the
Let me tell you,
by the jersey. I would have said, yes, sir, the ball's going.
There was a running back trying to block Mr. Hagler who just grabbed him literally by the jersey in the chest, and as the quarterback ran to him, Hagler threw the back into the quarterback just as he released the ball. And that was quite a collision there caused by Mr. Hagler. He is going to become an integral part of this Buckeye front line.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He is a force to be reckoned with.
1 back set, quarterback's in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Dropping back, looking to pass. Rolls to his left side, forced to throw early. Defense there. Number 22, Butler, brings him down at the line of scrimmage. He's going to bring up 4th and 10, so Leopards are going to be forced to punt. And we've got the greatest fans in the world because Les Morris just sent me my instant replay of Cameron Brown on my phone. Cameron Brown returning that interception for a touchdown.
Les, our executive producer here tonight, and back deep for the Buckeyes is the very, very dangerous Eric Tate, standing at his own 20-yard line. And Jeff, the last thing that Liberty Eylau wants to do is to punt it to number 3.
Well, if he gets an opportunity to return this, and it looks like he might. He touches it, bounces, ball's bouncing around. He lost it a couple of times and had to fall on it. So the Buckeyes, instead of a return opportunity, they are going to be pinned deep on their own territory. If it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 5, I don't think they're too concerned about it.
Yeah, Jeff, what Tarek looked like then is what I would look like if you put me into the Major League Baseball game at shortstop. That thing hit the ground and rocketed it right at him, and he kind of reacted to it really well. He got in front of it but couldn't handle it, and was fortunate to fall on it, but he's maybe padding the stats a little bit as the Buckeyes started their own 5.
I'd love to have seen him get an opportunity for a return there. Handoff up the middle. Lowers his head and gets some big yards. Looks like about 7 yards on the carry for Henderson.
That's a nice
Number
carry.
9
And quite
forward
frankly,
on the tackle.
as much as I love watching Will
He's
run,
also helped out by number 53, Martin.
I'm all for DeVray Smith or anybody else that wants to just kind of jump in there with those, put your head down and grind for 7. Brings up second down and just 3 for the Buckeyes. Good first down play.
All right, they're going to hand off to Webb, and that is read instantly. Great defensive play there by Liberty Eylau that drops us for a loss back. They're going to give him, forward progress. Say he lost 2.
For the Buckeyes.
So 3rd and 7 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, we may have to go to the air here with Edmond. That play was blown up by defensive end, just basically sprints into the backfield and drops that for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, look for an inside slant here with Webb, left side. That's exactly what they throw. And he drops it, unable to hang on to it. And it is 4th and 7. Buckeyes are going to have to punt.
Yeah, that is unfortunate set of circumstances there.
I think Liberty Eylau knew.
Yeah, they knew what was going too. Yeah.
Down.
New quarterback with Edmond. You got really 2 options there. You're going to throw the long post, or you're going to just try to pick up the short route. Would have been a difficult catch, thrown a little bit behind Webb, but he had traffic. He was blanketed by 2 guys.
Yeah, it was a good pass. He just had double coverage.
Neal is deep for the Leopards.
Buckeyes punt for the first time tonight. 8:02 left in the first half. 28-0. The Buckeyes lead, but punting from their own end zone.
All right, Pate gets off a good punt all the way out to the 48-yard line. Ryan Pate's his father, obviously Braden Pate. But nice punt there.
I don't think Coach Pate can punt it that far.
I don't think not without breaking a hip.
1st and 10 in Buckeye territory. Best starting field position for the Leopards so far tonight. And they would dearly love to put some points on the board here. They've drawn the goose egg so far against these Buckeyes who've come out and really played well. Really, Jeff, with the exception of that last drive and kind of a mistimed punt there to Eric Tate to back them all the way up to the 5-yard line. It was really that defensive play made by the defensive end on Brendan Webb on 2nd down that really kind of set this all up. Let's see if the Liberty Eylau Leopards can take advantage here and turn this back into a football game.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback keeper, right side, looking for a hole. Not one there. He picks up 2 yards on the carry. Buckeyes do a good job of swarming the football.
Yeah, he ran a long way to pick up 2 yards, Jeff.
Yeah, he wasn't in a hurry to get there either.
Yeah,
I don't think he liked the play call. He was like, oh,
yeah, why?
Not much over there.
I'm gonna run as far away from number 44 as I possibly can, and it still didn't help. He ran to the short side of the field, quarterback keeper, and it looks a little bit different than the other quarterbacks we've been trying to tackle for the last 5 weeks for sure.
That is for certain. They're going to send everybody out. Empty backfield, quarterbacks alone in the shotgun. Diamond, 4 receivers to the left, and they're going to throw to the right side, and it's way overthrown.
Pass falls incomplete. The intended receiver.
I'm not sure how many times they do that in practice, but if that's timed up well in practice, then number 3, the quarterback, was feeling that pressure because he overthrew that one by about 19 yards. 6:55 left to play in the first half. Stops the clock, brings up a big 3rd down and 8. You got to think this is 4-down territory for Liberty Eylau, but maybe they punt and try to pin the Buckeyes deep once again. But this is a big down here for the Buckeye defense. If they can get a negative play, maybe they force Liberty Eylau to punt here.
All right, 2 receivers left, 2 right, 1 back in the backfield. Here's the snap, drops back, rolls to his right, throws across midfield, and what a catch.
Wow.
What a great pass, and what a good catch. That young man reeled one in for a big first down. Keeps the drive alive on the Buckeye 31.
Yeah, that's the best play offensively they've had all night. And really, the pass from number 3 was kind of thrown across his body in the middle of the field. The receiver stops and goes straight up for it.
I thought that was going to be
Buckeyes.
a pick. I thought that was a pick for sure.
Yeah, he got nailed. I mean, just the right guy came down with it, and that is the biggest play of the night for Liberty Eylau. Brings up 1st and 10 for them from the Buckeye 31-yard line.
Yeah, that was a well-executed play. And they've got quad receivers to the right side this time, single receiver to the left. We know they ran a fly to the opposite side. This time it's a quarterback draw up the middle, and he spins out of 1 tackle, but gets hit by Butler.
He's playing well, Jeff.
And that is, boy, he has been a factor so far tonight. He comes up hard.
Yeah, that is in open space. Quarterback spins out to the field side, the short side. He's the only one out there. And Butler, like he shot out of a cannon, comes out and tackles very, very fundamentally sound. Tackles the outside leg of the quarterback and drops him right there for a 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 for Liberty Eylau now with 5:30 left to play in this first half, trying to make something happen and erase that goose egg.
Butler's just a junior. We got another year on his contract. Quarterback rolling to his right, in trouble, forced out of the pocket, throws the ball, and it goes right through the hands of one of the most sure-handed people on the field. That was lucky.
I'm telling you, Tarek Tate. I was focused on breaking up the pass, and the next thing you know, I saw a touchdown flash before my eyes as he thought, hey, if Cameron Brown can get a pick six, maybe I can get one too. I think he'll probably have another chance here to get one of those tonight. 3rd down and 9 now for Liberty Eylau, and they were very fortunate on that play that number 3 isn't still running towards the opposite end zone. That was one that Tarek liked to have back.
All right, Leopards, 5:12 remaining in the first half. Gilmer band getting in place, getting ready to perform. Please stick around for halftime to watch our award-winning band, drill team, and majorettes. Here's the snap. Rolls to his right side, forced out of the pocket, gonna run. Look at this. He may make it all the way, and he will. Touchdown, Leopards. Leopards on the scoreboard finally tonight, right before halftime.
That one just opened up like the Red Sea as the Buckeyes played that very well, but emptying that out to the wide side of the field side just wide open once he stepped out of coverage. 2 Buckeyes bearing down on him both from both sides, and he steps up in the pocket and realizes that he is kind of by himself, takes advantage of all that green grass and manages to stretch himself into the end zone to put the Liberty Eylau Leopards on the board with 5:02 left to play in the first half. Extra point left to come.
All right. Oh, they fumbled the snap, and they are going to be. They lateral the ball forward, but they're going to call him down right here.
Extra point is no good.
So that extra point is going to go no good. So 5:01 left to play in the first half. Gilmer leads 28-6. We'll be right back.
It's gonna be
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
We are back in Liberty Eylau, Texas, or Liberty Eylau High School, Texarkana, Texas. And I tell you what, watching the band down there and the drill team warm up, majorettes kind of doing their thing, the football team, the town, the cheerleaders, just looking out at this scene, there's nothing more American. And with the craziness that we've got going on in the world right now, isn't it just an absolute blessing by God himself that allow us in America to be able to do this? We take for granted so often
For the Buckeyes, number 3,
how hard the rest of the world has to live. We get to come do this, what we love, every Friday night, and watch these kids grow and compete and develop. And we shouldn't take that for granted. And I thank God for the opportunity to live in Gilmer, Texas, and to be able to be here on a Friday night. Squib kick. Hits the ground, bounces around, fielded on the 10. Up the field, and a hard hit right there on the 20-yard line. That is number 24, Ector, on the return for the Buckeyes.
Octavia, I know his mom hates me saying it, but AKA Deuce. I just love watching him run.
Almost had a person came out there on the 21-yard line.
He absolutely got a welcome there on that return. Dropped him at the 21-yard line where the Buckeyes take over in much better field position this possession. 4:52 left to play in the first half.
Edmond, the quarterback, handoff up the middle, lowers his head, and moving forward, that was DeVray Smith, number 14. And Smith running really hard tonight.
Yeah, he's talented. He's getting himself healthy. A lot of Buckeyes that are going to be have been down for a couple of weeks that you have not seen play. It's a great timing, and you can see how talented he really is as he picks up 8 yards on that carry.
Second and about 4. They're going to hand it to him again. He's finding holes where there really are none. 6-yard carry and a first down.
Number 7 Jones and
Gets all the way out to about the 34-yard line on that carry.
Boy, I tell you what, the Smiths, the Fluellens, the Tennysons, we are just so grateful to have the gene pools in Gilmer, Texas that we have that have been around for just generations. And to your point, Jeff, it is good to be a Buckeye.
All right, here's the snap. Low snap, handoff up the middle, big hole. And Smith, as the Buckeyes are keeping it on the ground, he picks up about 5-6 yards on that carry. And that is going to be 2nd and 4.
All the way out to the 40-yard line. Buckeyes on the march, as you said, Jeff, keeping it on the ground and keeping the clock running. They'd love to go down and score one more time here before the half with 3:34 left to play in this second quarter with a 28-6 lead.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, Smith, and this time they sniff it out, and they drop him for maybe a loss of a yard. He might have got back to the original line of scrimmage there. That's going to be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, kind of zigged when he should have zagged, Jeff. That defensive line is slanting to the weak side of the field, and that is where he planted his feet and ran right into 2 defensive tackles. Had he kind of broken that out to the right-hand side, he had a lot of green grass out there. 3rd and 4 for the Buckeyes now.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They hand off, and a flag is thrown.
That's going to be procedure
and that is probably going to be illegal procedure against the Buckeyes. Back us up 5 yards, so that'll make it 3rd and 9. Buckeyes probably going to put this one in the air.
Yeah, that's one of those little untimely penalties when you're driving the ball, running the ball, staying ahead of the chains, and then on 3rd and 5, you're obviously going to go for a running play there, and you jump off sides and put yourself in an automatic passing down. Not that the Buckeyes can't convert, but Coach Metzel calling the timeout wants to talk about this one, and we will have a brief timeout with our sponsors and be right back to conclude this first half right after this.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve. With the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
Not a ribbon boy.
All right, we're back to the action here. We just had a brilliant idea. Next year, the 3 of us are going to sponsor a commercial. We're going to write a country song talking about how much we love and adore our wives. And Todd, you're really musical.
I'll write the song.
We'll write the songs. And Eric's a good singer. So I can see lots of brownie points next season.
I can already tell you the theme song, the name of the song is called Outpunted Our Coverage.
Oh, that's a great song.
3rd and 9
I already like it. I love it. Dropping back, looking to pass. Edmond fires a bullet. Number 13, the G-Man, still on his feet. Look at this guy go down the field. Right side, headed for the end zone, and he will score.
Touchdown, Jeremiah Noble.
What a pass by Edmond.
That was a laser beam that just got pulled down by Jeremiah Noble. That ball didn't get 7 feet off the ground the entire time, as that was a rocket. And normally that's one that probably Caden Tennyson puts a little air under. No air needed. That is, as Stump Godfrey would say, that is called a number 1 ball. That means it is a laser straight out, and it had some afterburners on it. Great hands by Noble, who catches that ball in stride and does the rest, makes a couple of moves, and just like that, the Buckeyes put another 6 on the board. 34-6, 2:26 left to play in this opening half. Extra point left to come.
All right, Braden Pate set for the extra point, and it is good.
So, Jeff, that answers the question of what happens when Edmond has to throw the ball. Well, the drive gets ended. Touchdown, Buckeyes. We'll be right back after these messages.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
And Jeff, it's always good when you're watching the highlights there, as we just had on that commercial, is DeVray's big brother from a couple of years ago scoring a touchdown there. He wore number 3. I will pretty much say that all of the number 3s, as far back as I can remember for the Buckeyes, are all my favorite. I'm good from pretty much, let's call it Curtis Brown up till now. Everybody that's worn number 3 has been pretty dadgum good. And Mr. Smith was certainly a good one for the Buckeyes. And his younger siblings are doing fairly well tonight themselves as the Buckeyes lead 35-6. Still 2:24 left to play in this first half. Let's see if the Buckeyes can hold Liberty Eylau scoreless for the rest of this half.
I'm just curious about where Braden's going to kick this ball, because he's been all over the field tonight. And this time it's a high pooch kick on the sideline and bounces out of bounds around the 30. But he has just been placing kicks all over the field tonight strategically. And this time he kicks one out of bounds over here. 2:24 left to play in the first half as Gilmer leads 35-6.
Let's see what the call is here. Will they will decide to make him kick it again, or will they will just take the ball and advance it 5 yards there?
I think they should take what they've got. That's good field position. And if they make them kick it again, they're going to kick it through the end zone. They're going to kick it deep, or they may pull a little of that tomfoolery.
Oh, we had offsides and illegal procedure kicking it out of bounds, so we were offsides as well. I guess they decide which penalty to take. They will take the ball here at the 33 with the legal procedure and move that up 5 and start probably from their own, let's call it 37.
All right. So Liberty Eylau want to get on the board one more time if possible before halftime and try to kind of fight their way back in this game as Gilmer leads 35-6.
Yeah, Jeff, so for all the Buckeye fans that really kind of think that we are homers, we confess to that gladly, but we're not going to lie to you. The Buckeyes have really played that tough of a schedule, and now when you see the Buckeyes come out and hang a 35-point half, you really kind of realize how good they can really be.
Yeah, they just throw that one up. That's just a miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. And you can see the quarterback motioning, hey, Coach, you ran the wrong route.
Intended receiver was Weatherall.
And Liberty Eylau struggling this year. They're 1-4 and probably going to be 1-5 after tonight's game.
Yeah, and Jeff, you really see, now it is amazing to think that less than 5 miles from where we are standing now is Pleasant Grove High School. Less than 3 miles from where we're standing now is Texas High, Texarkana High School, who is state ranked in Division 5A, Division 2. You just get an idea of how much talent is concentrated here in this town.
And that's why it's so hard to play Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, and for now, it's all concentrated in Pleasant Grove.
Yeah.
All those really good guys are over at Pleasant
says, hey,
Grove.
let's all meet over at Pleasant Grove and get a state championship ring. You're playing 4 schools. Quarterback is forced to throw that one away as the Buckeyes are in his face immediately.
We've talked about that over the years ad nauseum with the way it's all set up in Texarkana. But guys, since they're all in the Texarkana Independent School District, and remember, just across the Arkansas border here is Arkansas High. On the other side of town, there's another.
We got a late flag here.
See what that's call's going to be
on the play, and the only people around.
That's intentional.
Oh,
grounding.
Intentional grounding. Okay. And I don't call that. I mean,
no kidding.
I mean, leave that alone. They're down 35-6.
Let's back them up 20 yards.
Yeah, I know. We're 2:11 before halftime. Don't call that one. I mean, that was picky, in my opinion. I'm not being disrespectful toward the ref. I'm just saying, help these guys out a little bit.
As you said, Jeff, there's 7 referees that all drove to the game tonight. Everyone should have an ample
their
opportunity
money. I know,
to throw a flag.
I get it. I understand. I respect the officials. I respect their calls, but the guys are down 35-6. You help them a little. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Here's the snap. Quarterback rolls to his left side, sets up the pass, fires one across the middle, and it is caught.
No, son, that's not a first down.
No, not a first down, but it was a big reception, but they were backed up so far that it is still going to be 4th and 5.
Yeah, that was 3rd and the Dairy Queen on that one. They had to get all the way out close to the 50-yard line for a first down. I think the receiver got up and saw the original yard marker and thought, hey, I got a first down, and seen that on TV time or two to signal first down, but no, I don't think so. 4th down, and Liberty Eylau will punt the football. Once again, Tarek Tate with 1:20 left, and we are running the clock here with an opportunity to return one, and we will have a stoppage of play here.
It's going to be timeout Leopards. We'll be right back.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
All right, we're back. Liberty Eylau, Gilmer leads 35-6 with 1:13. It is 4th and 5. Liberty Eyeslau's punt team is on the field, ready to punt to the Buckeyes. 1:13, unless Coach Metzel just decides to take a knee or
he did
try to run the same play over and over.
He did decide to take Tarek Tate out from returning this punt and replaced him with Brendan Webb. So,
well, that's not much better. High punt takes a great leopard bounce, and they're going to stop it on about the 7-yard line. That is a great punt there by the leopard.
Ball is down by number 1.
Yeah, and
that was our quarterback, I believe, that punted that.
Yeah, we're doing this good best Will Middlebrooks impersonation. I did notice that the clock operator let that run from 1:02 down to 58 seconds. And like I say, Jeff, the Buckeyes now 93 yards away, but that does not mean much. As we saw on the last play from scrimmage, is Edmond, what happens when you throw the ball? He just popped off a 62-yard touchdown pass to Jeremiah Noble.
I don't think you'll see them doing that going into half here. I think they're just going to hand off the ball, probably the same play several times until the clock expires. Handoff, number 1.
Look out.
Henderson out in the open, and he is breaking tackles left and right, cuts across the middle of the field, cuts back across and down at the 44. And
number 25.
Well, when he gets in open field,
it's just not fair. I'm sorry. That's not fair. The kid runs 200 meter. That is just ridiculous.
So here's the snap, and they spiked the ball.
I got to tell you, Jeff, you can tell that Mr. Edmond has not had a lot of practice spiking the ball, because that took about 4 seconds for him to catch it and spike it.
He wound up and really made.
He got his money's worth.
Man, you spike with authority.
That was awesome.
He wanted to make sure it didn't look like a fumble. All right, one back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Dropping back to pass. They go across the middle, and that pass was intended there for number 4, I believe. That was Bird, and he jumps up. It was just overthrown.
4, Bird.
Edmond has been putting him on the money.
Yeah, he's got a rocket.
He's got an arm, man.
Yeah,
he can throw the football.
Senior, and had a lot of opportunity in this offense to practice, not a lot of opportunity to play. And it's really his accuracy, as you see there, is but when he puts it on the money, he puts it on the money.
Well, he's got a strong arm, that's for sure. He drops back, sets up a screen, dumps it out just a little too high, a little too short. So 21 seconds left on the clock, and that's going to bring up 4th and 10.
So the referee says, wind it, stop it, in terms of the clock, and we are at 18 seconds left. It's going to be 4th and 10 for the Buckeyes.
4th and 15, 16 actually.
So how do we lose that much yardage?
Well,
Did they call that a catch?
Yeah, he caught it, and then.
No, I think that's an incomplete pass. Got to be.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they moved that back to the
original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, original line of scrimmage at the Liberty Eylau 44-yard line, and. 18 seconds left, Jeff. I don't think you throw the ball like Coach Schmetzel did in terms of you're practicing your 2-minute drill, right? He's not trying to score per se. He's trying to get work in here, especially with Edmond, the backup quarterback, who has not had a lot of time to work on 2-minute drill, which is such a critical skill that he'll need later on in the season. So you take advantage of the opportunity here to work this clock. But 18 seconds in 4th and 10, you got to pick up a first down. Now Coach Metzel says, look, I got timeouts. I want to go ahead and burn it. Let's talk about it. And we will recognize a few of our sponsors and be right back with.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
All right, we are back. 21 seconds left to play in the first half of play. 35-6. Gilmer leading the Liberty Eylau Leopards.
So, Jeff, 21 seconds is time for 3 plays. We are at our 44-yard line of Liberty Eylau. 4th down and 10. We got to get this down to the 34 for a first down. What an opportunity for Edmonds here to run the old 2-minute drill, and great chance to improve here.
Edmonds dropped back across the middle, and he hits number 7.
Pass is complete, number 7.
Brendan
Webb on the reception. Great pass there by Edmond. You got 15 seconds on the clock, and he is going to spike it again. And he is, I mean, buddy, I don't know who's been practicing with him on the spike, but they have got it down.
I tell you what, it took 3 seconds to wind up and spike the ball. 12 seconds now left for the Buckeyes. Probably time for 2 plays. Effective.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this guy.
He absolutely is.
Yeah, I'm impressed. He is throwing the ball well tonight. It makes me happy. I love watching him get to play. There's the snap. He drops back, going for the end zone.
Touchdown.
Bird, touchdown.
What a play, what a pass.
And look at Edmond. He is celebrating.
And let me
he
tell you,
is a happy guy.
Jeff, that's 93 yards in 56 seconds that Edmond just took the Buckeyes. That is a shot of confidence in the arm for your backup quarterback that just really is invaluable, because you don't get that opportunity. A lot of people may be critical of Coach Metzel here in the offensive staff and saying, hey, you know, the game's out of reach already. But yeah, this is not our season. This game is not about anything except getting guys opportunities to get better. And boy, Edmond really did a great job there, leading the Buckeyes on a 5-play, 53-second drive to go 93 yards to put a touchdown on the board to Jamar Byrd, and 2 big touchdown pass plays. Now he's going to have some great stats here tonight, and the Buckeyes hang 40 points in the first half. With 5 seconds left, we'll be right back after these messages.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Okay, 5 seconds remain in the first half. Gilmer leads 42-6. And Jeff, we haven't seen a lot of games like that this year.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of opponents that look normal. As we kind of anticipated this. A lot of folks have asked me the question, hey, you know, are we still us? Yes, we are still us. We have just been playing teams that folks quite literally are championship caliber teams, and that is saying something when you look at the strength of schedule, so to speak, pre-district and then open district with Pleasant Grove, who have got to be, you know, one of the 3 top teams in the state in Division 4-2A.
I'd put them at number 1. And fiery kick, fumbling around on the 25. They're able to pick it up as time expires. And that is the end of the first half, folks. Gilmer 42, Leopards 6. Please stick around to watch our award-winning band. Todd, why don't you tell us about the band?
Yeah, first of all, just got back from context this week. Once again, I think it's the 7th or 8th straight year that the Buckeye Marching Band has gotten straight ones at contest, advancing to the 4A state competition, which will be this year held at Baylor University. Now, there's two kinds of bands, for people to know, and we'll see two examples here tonight. The Buckeyes are a military-style marching band. So what does that mean? That means essentially that they march what's called 6 to 5. That means that they take 6 strides to go 5 yards. When you see them march, that is a traditional military style. That is different from your corps style band, which is, in this case, Liberty Eylau is corps style. They march what's called 8 to 5, which is 8 strides for every 5 yards. And there's 2 different state competitions, one for the military marching style and one for the corps marching style. The Buckeyes obviously march from a marching style from a military style, and they have now qualified with 3 straight ones to go to their, I think, 5th straight state championship appearance now, where they finished in the top 3, I know 3 out of the last 5 years. So that is really the background. Mr. Eric Gray has been the director here for Gilmer for going on a decade now, and his great staff. We have the drill team as well, and they were founded back in 1986, I believe. The Stars have also won many competitions, and together they make up the halftime performance, and probably about 110, 120 kids total, which is a huge amount. If you think about it, that's basically a third of the high school when you really look at it. And we laugh all the time and say a waste of seats in Jeff Traylor Stadium would be a student section, because all of our students are participating. So I'm going to go out and make sure that we can get great audio, and we are going to let Mr. Eric Conitz here direct the halftime show.
Melanie Aguilar, senior. Cynthia Laura, senior. Emma Cormier, junior. Chloe Dixon, senior. And Caroline Jordan, senior. Star of the week is Lainey Hamilton. The Stars perform Gilmer's favorite, the high kick to Confident. Stand up and cheer for the Buckeyes as the Stars kick to the fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, Gilmer School District is proud to present one of the most decorated military marching bands in Texas, the pride of Upchurch County, the UIL Sweepstakes Award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band. And now we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a twirl routine to soak up the sun. The Buckeye Band is proud to march in the traditional American military style. Under the field command of drum majors Mia Stowe and Aubrey Gilman, the band steps off to Declaration Fanfare by Larry Ward, the University of North Dakota and New Corn Palace by Carl King, joins the 71st New York Regiment March by Boyer, Anchors Away, arranged by Larry Ward, and Pride of the Wolverines by John Philip Sousa. The Gilmer High School Buckeye Band.
And there is your Gilmer Buckeye Band, who just made Division I all the way across the board. So just so that you know, what does that take to do what those young men and women just did? Well, tell you what, folks, why don't you come on up to the high school track, dig yourself out a regular drinking straw, march around the track 2 times, and only breathe out of that straw. So it is very, very difficult for them to do what they've done. Judging from a standpoint in terms of how do you get a Division I, there are 3 judges at a marching contest. They're judging basically on 5 categories for the military-style marching band. Number 1, it is how organized and how difficult is the drill. The drill is actually the marching that is done up and down the field. How straight are your lines? How uniform are people marching 6 to 5? And those stripes that are along the Buckeye pants, that legs, you literally see them moving in unison. They're judged on terms of that. Not only that, but they're also judged on terms of the sound that they're making musically and how well they're playing their instruments. And you notice that every one of those kids is blowing into an instrument the whole time that they're marching, which is why I say if you want to know what it feels like, come on up to the track, march around the track, let's say just 800 meters a couple of times, and only breathe through your straw. That is the kind of capacity that it takes from a lung standpoint if you're not carrying one of those drums or try even carrying a sousaphone or a tuba. So not very easy to do what they do, and the Gilmer Buckeye Band very truly is one of the best in the state of Texas at what they do in marching 6 to 5, and we are very, very proud of those young men and women. Mr. Gray, Mr. Garman, and their entire staff do such a great job once again in straight ones at marching contests, going to the state championship here coming up in a couple of weeks at Baylor University. We wish them well. And then the second half of the season, so people hear the sweepstakes award-winning Buckeye Band. After football season, they go to concert season, which is where they go on the stage. And once again, the Buckeyes, for the past, I think, 6 years now, have made sweepstakes, which means that not only do they get straight ones at contest with marching, they get straight ones at contest both in their prepared works on the stage and also sight reading contests. So outstanding job by the Buckeye Band, Mr. Gray, Mr. Garman, and their entire staff. Just a little bit of background, and we thought we'd highlight the band here tonight for their outstanding efforts, making us proud in Gilmer, Texas, and we are pleased to support them as they go on to the state championship down at Waco at Baylor University here in a couple of months. So Buckeyes lead once again at halftime, 42-6 on the field, and we'll be right back after a few messages here from our great sponsors to start the second half right after this.
Aaron Bell, senior, fullback, middle linebacker.
Will Henderson, senior, running back and quarterback.
Elias Castillo, senior, inside linebacker, fullback.
Jamar Bird, 2024, receiver and corner. Hey, let's get it.
Terry Tate, senior, wide receiver and DB.
Damari Hackett, senior, number 5. Hey, we are here.
Connor Dodd, senior, wide receiver and safety. Brendan Webb, junior, receiver, DB.
Alex Sims, junior, running back, outside linebacker.
Jaden Edley, senior, quarterback, free safety.
Caden Tennyson, class of 2025, quarterback.
Taj Manson, junior, receiver, DB.
Jeremiah Noble, junior, outside linebacker, receiver.
Dervay Smith, senior, running back and outside linebacker.
Michael Easley, junior, wide receiver, safety. Let's roll it.
Harrison Lofton, senior, outside linebacker, hooker.
Grayson Bates, fullback, inside linebacker.
Jordan Escalante, junior, quarterback, outside backer. Bentley Trainer, receiver in the corner.
Will Gross, senior, inside receiver, cornerback. Go Bucks.
Amari Morton, junior, receiver DB.
Josiah Merrill, junior, running back, outside linebacker. Octavian Fromm Hector, sophomore, running back, and safety.
Kobe Webb, senior, receiver, outside backer.
Devin McDonald, sophomore, middle linebacker, fullback.
Adrian Jimerson, junior, running back, corner.
Nick Zimmerman, senior, fullback, linebacker.
Luke Hollyfield, senior, fullback, middle linebacker. Mason Denton, junior, middle linebacker and fullback. Braden Pate, junior, outside linebacker. Jerry Dean, junior, middle linebacker. Nehemiah Henderson, senior, inside linebacker, fullback. Leno Diaz, senior, fullback, inside linebacker.
I'm senior, Doyle, junior, running back, corner.
Noah Connets, junior, wide receiver, cornerback.
Max Walker, junior, wide receiver, safety.
Cameron Brown, senior, D-line.
Hudson Wynn, junior, D-line.
Jeff Bates, sophomore, offensive line, defensive line. Justin Jones, senior, inside backer and wide receiver.
Perfect Hill, senior, defensive end and tight end.
Tyler Hagler, sophomore, O-line, D-line.
Ezekiel Aguilera, senior, O-line, D-line.
Justin Anderson, offensive line, defensive line.
Alex again, junior, O-line, D-line.
Ryan Andrews, junior, O-line, D-line.
Senior, Sean Wallace, offensive line, D-line, number 55. Nathan McVicker, O-line, D-line, sophomore.
Aiden Summers, O-line, D-line, junior, 2025.
Spencer Murphy, senior, O-line, D-line. Chance Walker, sophomore, O-line, D-line. My name is Terrence Wahim. I'm a junior. I play offensive line and defensive line.
Felipe Rocha, I'm a junior. I play offensive line and defensive line.
Hunter Burney, O-line, D-line. I'm a junior. Lucas Cano, junior, O-line, D-line.
My name is Fernando Delgado. I'm a junior, and I play D-line.
Jared Pilcher, senior, offensive line.
Logan Thornley, I'm a junior. I play inside receiver and outside linebacker.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
There's something special about a local hometown bank. The pace is a little slower, the smile's a little brighter, and the relationship is, well, personal. Visit us in Gilmer or our new bank in Longview on the corner of 1844 and Judson Road. For over 120 years, Gilmer National Bank has been building relationships, one customer at a time. Come see us for all your personal, commercial, and agricultural needs, because we want to hear you say,
Gilmer National Bank. That's my bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jeff Traylor Stadium and the opening game of the 2023 season. I'm Todd Robinson, joined tonight by the voice of the Buckeyes, Mr. Jeff Rash. And Jeff, we have got the game of the week to kick things off. We do not wait to get it cranked up. Here in the dog days of summer, the Buckeyes are squaring off against probably one of the top 2 to 3 teams in the state. Number 13, Jeremiah Noble, and number 11, Caden Tennyson at the quarterback position that are all juniors. They've really had to step up the last 2 weeks against outstanding competition, probably as good as they're going to see into December, into the playoffs, and managed to win last week. Now they're getting generic back.
Handoff to Henderson, left side, got some room in the end zone.
2 plays, and the Buckeyes score. Well, you got to right now be thinking that the guys in white are rolling their eyes and saying, oh my gosh, deja vu, here we go.
Up the middle, got a gas, touchdown.
Touchdown, Buckeyes. They answer back, Jeff. How about that?
Why you still trying, still shining, it's real blinding. And I'm getting out of tune, talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you, and I do what I gotta do, let's go home.
Handoff, right side. Look at this big gap, and he's going to score. Untouched, Will Henderson. Finding gaps, finding safety. Buckeyes doing a great job of blocking downfield. And that was dropping back inside to number 3 to Eric Tate. Down to the 5, first and goal from the 5.
The coldest of teams, they know we pray, don't try it. They know in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We've been shooting in the gym, this is target and practice, yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, up-leg dress code. Pay me my respect.
Well, that was a keeper, and they just slammed him to the turf. The right side gets a good block. Headed to the end zone, scores. Dropping back, launching one. Wide open, touchdown.
That's number 13, Jeremiah Noble.
Perfectly thrown ball.
Yeah. If he throws that pass to Eric,
they're going to dump it to Henderson. Out of the backfield, everybody picks up their blocks. And over the middle, and no flags.
Touchdown
Buckeyes. And now it's a tie game again. But here's the situation. We talked about this earlier. You got 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. he launches one downfield wide open.
That's to Eric Tate.
And to Eric Tate wisely, he cuts upfield and finds his 5 yards plus battles his way all the way down to the 1.
He is a stud.
That's a great run right there.
Only the Buckeyes can do with that kind of weapons on offense, and it comes down to this: well-executed drive.
Right.
Let's say that.
This is for the win with 0 seconds left, or we go to overtime. Even closer.
25 yards, not 30. Kick is up. And it's good again. Buckeyes win.
0 seconds on the clock. Buckeyes take the win. And Mom, I'm sorry you weren't here to see it. All of you Buckeye fans that leave, never, ever leave a Buckeye game, even if they're down. This was the best comeback I have seen in years. What a game. What a game.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Juicy's halftime show and the sweepstakes award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band, who are advancing now to the state championship in military marching contest, which will be held here about a month from now in Waco, Texas. We wish them the best of luck. Hope you enjoyed the halftime show. Back on the field now, the Gilmer Buckeyes will be kicking off the Liberty Eylau Leopards with a commanding 42-6 lead. From a halftime standpoint, folks, you can see what we talked about at the top of the show, which is, look, the Gilmer Buckeyes are very much the Gilmer Buckeyes. They are playing against a team now that is basically at their weight class, so to speak, in terms of both enrollment and, of course, in terms of talent level. And of course, Liberty Eylau always had the athletes. You talk about the Will Middlebrooks. You talk about LaMichael James. You talk about, they've put as many guys into the NFL as the Gilmer Buckeyes have over the last few decades. They are talented, but you see that they absolutely ran into a buzzsaw here tonight with the Gilmer Buckeyes. You start seeing really the level of competition that the Buckeyes have faced this entire season, playing the most stacked schedule that you can possibly have for pre-district, and then opening against, again, one of the top few teams in the state in 4A Division II in the Pleasant Grove Hawks, which the Buckeyes might see again. So for now, we're going to kick off the second half, and the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash.
All right, kick is going to be received around the 20-yard line, brought back to about the 34.
Much better job there on special teams, Jeff. Flag on the play already.
Power on the return.
I guess Pleasant Grove doesn't, Liberty Eylau doesn't really like to be tackled. I'm not sure who that's going to be against, but I think that's going to be against Liberty Eylau. Good job on special teams there. It was a good tackle. Looked like somebody got up and said something. Let's see which way they march here. Might be offsetting penalties as well, but I think that was maybe a punch got thrown or something down there after that tackle. by the Buckeyes. I didn't catch a number on that.
I want to give a shout out to Connor Dodd, who's watching the game and supporting his team tonight, watching on YouTube from Aruba. He's there for a family wedding.
Unsportsmanlike on the Leopards.
And that is going to be against Liberty Eylau. They're going to march this all the way back to the 20. So a decent return for Liberty Eylau starts them with this second half possession from their own 20-yard line. And if Mr. Dodd is in Aruba, then I'm not sure I won't be volunteering to be the flower girl the next time in one of those Dodd weddings. That sounds pretty plush there. Connor, we miss you. You should enjoy the family time, and your family back here misses you, and welcome you back next week.
All right, here's the snap, handoff, left side. Got a big hole to run through. Good run there, about
on the carry.
7 or 8 yards on the carry.
Picked up by number 7, Webb, and number 16.
Hopefully we'll be able to keep the ball on the ground a lot this second half and run the clock quickly so we can get this game over at a reasonable time. Get everybody back home safe.
That's exactly right. You want to get everybody off the field, no injuries. This game is well in hand for the Buckeyes, 42-6. Once again, it should put a lot of nervous Buckeye fans after last week and the previous few weeks at ease, knowing that the Buckeyes are still the Buckeyes. 2nd and 2 now for Liberty Eylau.
Quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's good for the first down. That'll move the chains. The clocks continue to run.
Number 0, Aaron Bell, and number 53.
So I am.
And this game is, we keep saying it over and over, but it's like we've watched every game we've watched this year is like a state championship caliber game. And so this reminds me of what our seasons used to look like every game. Where we were up here dying in the press box, going, "Oh my gosh!"
When people would play us, and I mean, now think through this, Jeff, just for Buckeye fans that are out there listening and still tuned in with us. You remember what it was like in the early 2000s when the Buckeyes were playing the Winsboros of the world, the Quitmans of the world. Not a knock on those programs, but that is the people that would gladly kind of schedule the Buckeyes. And Coach Metzel, as he well says. Oh, what a play by Bird. Wonderful play by Jamar Bird there.
Bird jumps up at the last minute, and he's going to get a flag. Yep, there's the flag. Bird, you've got to keep your mouth shut. And, I mean, he is going to get it on Monday. As he makes a great play, but then gets up and taunts the other player. That is going to be a penalty of the 15-yard variety, more than likely. They're going to call it unsportsmanlike conduct, and he is headed to the sideline for a motivational speech.
Shocker. Great play trying to
Oh, I would not want to be there right now.
Yeah.
That is not good.
Yeah, coaching point for Jamar.
Well, it was still, let's focus on the positive. It was a heck of a defensive play.
It was absolutely
It was a good one. It was a highlight reel play. Just cut out the last part.
Yeah, and
sometimes your enthusiasm gets the best of you.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, these guys work hard. They get a ball thrown at them. It doesn't happen very often. You make a great play, and you also didn't hear what the other guy said, but obviously Jamar's got to have the D in pride there and have that discipline.
That's right. Quarterback dropping back. Launches one. Oh, hits a man on the run. He's going to score. Nice pass. Great catch. Flag on the play. And it is back there on the offense. Probably going to be a hold. And that is a tough break for the Leopards.
No, they're going to say roughing the passer, I think, on this.
Looks like it's going to be
roughing the passer. Yeah,
roughing the passer. Touchdown Leopards.
Well, that penalty is going to be probably enforced on the kickoff. So, Jeff, this is your lesson learned for Jamar. Jamar's the starting corner. He breaks up the exact same play. Smart play by the Liberty Eylau coaching staff.
To say, he had to go out.
And there we go with a touchdown. So, Jamar, your great play and what came after didn't just cost us 15 yards. It wound up costing us a touchdown because Jamar's not in the game to defend that pass. So, that's one of those hard lessons that hopefully does not hurt anything.
You know what? That's the reason. I heard it said the other day by somebody. I thought it was a really great deal. He said that the football field is the largest classroom in a school district. And it is, and that's what we're here to learn is discipline and teamwork and And so those kind of things. So this is what it's about. And that's a mistake we all make, and you correct it next time, no big deal. So
going for two,
they're going to go for two, and why wouldn't you? Quarterback rolls back, throws it for the end zone, and
pass falls incomplete.
Going to fall incomplete, so the Buckeyes deny them the 2 point. So with 9:48 left to play in the third quarter, it's 42-12, and we'll be right back.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
All right, we are back at Liberty Eylau High School. 9:48 left to play in the third, 42-12. And the Leopards just scored on a fly pattern right down the sideline. Well thrown ball.
And the Buckeyes get a rare opportunity to practice their return team. Brendan Webb returned the last kick 56 yards all the way down inside the red zone, but this is going to be a big 15-yard penalty that is going to back this up. Now, why not onside kick it here, Jeff? You're kicking from the other team's 45-yard line.
Well, they will if they, of course they will.
Yeah.
They're going to onside kick that one, and or I would for sure. Why wouldn't you?
Number 7.
You're down 42-12, and you just got a 15-yard bump. I would definitely kick a little squib kick there, and they kick it a little bit too far. They kick it over to nice tackle there. That was number 24, Hector, on the return for the Buckeyes.
And Edmond played a heck of a first half, Jeff. You just got to hand it to the senior who stepped up here big time to start in this starting role here, his first start of his career. And he did a fantastic job putting 42 big points on the board. You can't take all that credit because Cameron Brown defensively added some of that, but he played a well of a first half at the quarterback position, and Coach Metzel and the Buckeye offensive staff got to be happy with what they've seen.
Hand off to Smith, left side, down the sideline. He scampers, gets the first down before being pushed out of bounds.
What a weapon to have there in the backfield. Again, Sims is still out for the Buckeyes and will be hopefully back later on this season. We're going to need him and all the depth that we are getting a chance to develop. Not the least of which is at the quarterback position now, as Mr. Edmonds is doing a fantastic job. 1st and 10 Buckeyes from the own 35.
Handoff again. Smith up the middle, refusing to go down. Good for about 4 yards on that carry.
Smith on the carry, taking down by number 11, Johnson.
Down to 9 minutes to play in the third quarter here.
I know the Buckeyes are going to keep this on the ground because of the score and, to
run the clock
and that kind of stuff, but I really would love the opportunity to see him throw the ball some more.
Yeah,
I really would, just for practice, right?
Yeah, he is a talented quarterback from an arm position, but you just got to get the snaps. There's no substitute for getting experience at the quarterback position.
Handoff up the middle. And, of course, at this point, I think everybody, realizes the Buckeyes are kind of going to keep it on the ground for the most part. And so it's easier to play the run when you don't feel like there's a threat of a pass.
Yeah. Well, last drive, Jeff, the first half, all it took was one pass. And he laces one to number 13, Jeremiah Noble, and then throws a touchdown to Jamar Byrd. He has really done a good job. When he puts it in the air, he can get it's a threat at any time.
Handoff once again. Smith, look at this, breaks one to the left side. Big gain all the way out to the 40-yard line of the Leopards, the 39 or the 41 rather.
And when the offensive coaching staff turns on the film, they really are going to like seeing all the downfield blocking from the receivers. They do such a great job. Coach OJ there that works with those guys and the staff on the receiver side. When you got an all-world performer like Tarek Tate who's blocking downfield for his teammates in a blowout game, you just got to love to see that.
Smith good at bouncing outside, and then boy, that first contact he makes whoever's going to tackle him pay for it.
He gets his
flag on the play. That's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct more than likely. I'm not sure on who.
Yeah, I think that's on Liberty Eylau because the whistle had blown.
They were still going through.
They were still going at it. And, of course, Smith's not going to go down. Bray's like, look, you're not putting me on the ground, fellas.
9-yard gain on the last run. I'm noticing we've got a lot of starting receivers still in the game. In fact, you look over here at the weapons just on the bottom of your screen down here. You got Tarek Tate, Jeremiah Noble, and Brandon Webb.
And let me tell you something, Jeff. Any high school coach at any level, anywhere on this planet, would love to look down and see those three young men on their offensive unit, much less on one side of the ball. We'll see what the call is here. I think we got a timeout. We got a personal foul against Liberty Eylau, and that's going to move us down into, looks like the red zone, because that is thrown at the 35, and they are going to take a timeout. Liberty Eylau get the stuff together. We'll take a quick timeout as well and be right back after these messages.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
All right, we're back to Liberty Eylau. Gilmer has the ball. The 15 yards have been assessed against Liberty Eylau, so the Buckeyes are in really good field position. And that looks like either going to be a jump.
False start against the Buckeyes.
It's going to be a false start or offsides. Not sure which the call will be. More than likely, yep, false start. So Buckeyes are going to give 5 of the 15 they just gained back. It'll be repeat first down, 1st and 15. Ball's going to be spotted on the 22-yard line, so great field position there for the Buckeyes.
And now we actually may see, Jeff, the ball go in the air. And look for number 3 or number 13 out here wide. See what coverage they're playing. They're trying to stop the run, as you say, and playing a little bit of a man coverage look outside.
All right, they're going to throw, and it is batted up in the air, nearly picked off, and that is going to be
by Johnson.
2nd and 15.
Now that was going to be that vaunted screen pass to the field side, the short side of the field too.
Are you a little surprised to see all the starting receivers still in the game?
Not really, because I think they've just, for that exact pass right there, is getting work with the starting group with Edmond is really invaluable, because you're not going to put it in the air a lot, as you say. So when you put it in the air, you want to get the best out of it and make sure that it's almost like a practice rep.
All right, they take Brandon Webb. This is a new set too. Brandon Webb goes deep. Handoff around the right side. That's kind of like a sweep play. It's a handoff instead of a pitch.
Yeah, that's a pistol formation. So you get one extra blocker into the backfield. And unfortunately, you've got kind of the smallest man on the field there that you're running behind there with Hector. If that was Aaron Bell, maybe that looks like a little bit different formation.
You say small, but that guy is a fire plug. I mean, he's short, but he is built like a fire plug. I mean, he'll hit you.
Obviously, 4-down territory here once again, unless we want to practice a long field goal maybe. If the Buckeyes run the ball here, Jeff, you'll absolutely know that it's 4-down territory. But lining up the way they are right here, you got this bunch set with Tarek Tate and Brandon Webb down here on the right-hand side.
All right, they're dropping back to pass. Edmonds firing a bullet, and he's got him. I mean, to Jeremiah Noble. And, man, I'm telling you what, when he sits back in the pocket and fires a bullet, that kid can throw the ball.
Absolutely.
I mean, zingers.
That gets us down to within a yard of a first down. The Buckeye offense stays on the field and brings in the beef package there. And let's see if Mr. Smith doesn't get his money's worth here.
Yeah, this will be number 14. He'll lower his head. He should be good for a yard. He's good at bouncing outside, too. Not necessary this time, as he just kind of pops out the other side of the line. Gets the first down. So 1st and goal from the, we'll call it the 5.
Parks, that'll bring up 1st and goal.
6 minutes left. The first half of this third quarter is now gone. And the Buckeyes, after giving up a touchdown here to start this second half, are about to answer back here, 1st and goal from the 5, taking their sweet time, running the play clock, and really just trying to focus on executing and getting this game in motion.
Handoff Smith, and he gets down to about the 1. They're going to spot it on the 2.
It's actually not a bad thing, Jeff, because if you got 4 downs to go 5 yards, and on the first one you go 2.5, you're making good use of the clock there.
Yeah, you are. You're eating up that clock. And the Buckeyes, the only people that's hard on is you and I.
That's about right.
Keeps
the clock moving, and that is the important thing at this point. But love to see the Buckeyes go ahead and stick it in the end zone here.
Handoff Smith.
Great feet.
Yeah, stays on his feet.
Great.
Gets
feet.
in the end zone for the touchdown.
He has a guy hit him 5 yards deep in the backfield. That's number 7 for the Liberty Eylau Leopards, W.T. Jones, crashing linebacker. He hit Smith in the legs and right as he's taking the handoff, and he just kind of steps out of that and squirts forward for a touchdown. And the Buckeyes now stretch this out to 48-12. We've got numbers on the weak side. You can already count them up. If we wanted to go for 2 right here, we got it. But, of course, that's not going to happen. We're going to go ahead and practice in the kicking game. Mr. Pate, who has been invaluable this first third of the season, let's call it, hits the kick up and good and stretches this lead to 49-12 with 4:55 left to play in the third quarter. Buckeyes well in hand with this ball game here, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
We are back in Liberty Eylau, Texarkana, Texas tonight. 4:55 left to play in the third quarter. It is 49-12. Buckeyes with a commanding lead. And at this point, it's just about eat up as much clock as you can and get everybody out of here healthy and safe. Buckeyes coming off of probably the most grueling schedule I've ever seen in the years I've watched the Buckeyes. And finally back to playing somebody in their class. 12-yard line the ball is taken, returned down the right side.
Weather all on the carry.
Gets out past the 25 to the 26.
22.
So first and 10, ball will be spotted on the 27 for Liberty Eylau.
Nice play there once again by Butler and special teams. He's just a tackling machine as
another area
that Adam Sandler film.
Lindell 35.
Quotes.
Tyler Chapel Hill 17.
Wow. They just announced the game. Lindell is leading Chapel Hill 35-17.
That is unbelievable.
Wow.
You know what? I told my brother-in-law how good Lindell was, and I told him I thought they'd beat Kilgore, and then Kilgore smashed them, and he rubbed it in because he's from Kilgore. To hear them ahead of Chapel Hill, what is going on over there?
Yeah, well,
that's unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll see what that score is.
That's got to be a mistake. Handoff up the middle, nearly breaks free, gets 5 yards. That's something we need to double check that and make sure somebody got that right because that does not sound correct. Check that score, Todd, and make sure that guy's got it right.
Yeah, I think we will have a lot of people double checking that score if that's being announced in stadiums around
35-17 with Lindell leading Chapel Hill. That will blow me away. Lindell's a great football team, don't get me wrong. But Chapel Hill, that would just be very difficult to believe.
Lindell is indeed leading Chapel Hill in the fourth quarter, 35-17.
Okay, that's unbelievable to me. That's why you play the game.
That's exactly
Handoff
right.
up the middle. That's why you play Friday night. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, would you have ever bet that?
That is the District of Doom. But let me tell you what will happen if that score holds. What will happen is that a whole lot of teams, because that would put Chapel Hill in that District of Doom with Kilgore, Lindale, Chapel Hill, Henderson, all in the same district. That will put Chapel Hill into the second place position, and we shall all take a moment of silence and pray for everybody in their way in the playoffs, because that team is as scary of a 4A team as I've ever seen.
Yeah, Todd Connitz just sent me this scoreboard. It's 35-17.
Yeah.
Carthage, of course, beating Rusk 49-7. No surprise there. Wowzer. That is just amazing. Quarterback's rolling, running for his life. Throws one to the sideline.
Intercepted.
Off. Number 16 on the pick. Headed to the house.
Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Pick 6. Number 16. That's Harrison Lofton. And his dad was our fill-in last week. He was the... Harrison used to be a quarterback. He's no stranger to running the football. And his dad, Ben Lofton, was... we got a flag on the play down there. I hope they don't call Harrison's touchdown back. It'd be terrible.
Yeah, that was a great pick. He had that one nailed from the beginning, kind of baited the quarterback a little bit, cut right in front of the receiver at the last minute. But more importantly, Jeff, he hit the brakes on the sideline and just stopped on a dime, changed directions, and scooted up the sideline for a touchdown. And I think maybe that comes after the play as we got the Buckeye extra point team still on the field.
Well, good for Harrison. That is awesome. His dad, Ben Lofton, filled in for us last week. I asked Harrison before the game what he thought about his dad's commentating abilities, and he said he went home right after the game and immediately rewatched the game to listen to his dad, and he gave him an A.
That says it's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Buckeyes is what that signal was.
So Dwayne Stutter just sent me a message and said he thinks he heard Alan Metzel say that Chapel Hill's quarterback was hurt at the Wednesday luncheon. He mentioned that, but still, I mean, even with that quarterback gone, that back they've got, that is just still staggering.
If they made them one-dimensional and they couldn't throw the football, then that really tells me, because we know how physical Lindale is, so that puts Chapel Hill.
Lindale's a great football team,
really
I'm telling you.
We played them too. We played.
Honestly, kick is good. I honestly predicted Lindale to beat Kilgore. I was talking trash to my brother-in-law, and Kilgore smacked them. I mean, they beat them handily.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I guess they're not what I thought they were.
And Jeff, you know that had Tarek Tate played in the Kilgore game, I think we would have won that game fairly easily. So for all the folks that are looking at comparing sidelines, let me just give you one quick reminder. These are 16 and 17-year-old kids. And when you're talking about week to week, if one kid's hurt and not kid, and some kid that was important played had a bad week at practice, or they pulled him out, or whatever the case may be, anything can happen on Friday nights. And as Jeff said, that's why they play the games. And in this case, implications at Division I is, of course, the Buckeyes preseason was absolutely chock full of the entire District of Doom. I think they played the top 3 teams from the playoffs of the best 4A Division I district in the state, which has Henderson, Kilgore, Chapel Hill, and Lindale all in the same district. Gilmer took on everybody. in preseason.
I tell you, that's an understatement. And 15 yards assessed against Gilmer. One of the last kickoffs that we had, Gilmer had lost 15 yards from the other side, and now they're losing another 15 yards. That's 30 yards in penalties right there, just after the fact. Silly mistakes. Fair catch called on the Gilmer 47. So good field position there for the Leopards.
Yeah, smart play there by Liberty Eylau to fair catch that ball at the 48-yard line. Of course, from a game standpoint, doesn't really much matter. 2:50 left in the third quarter. Just under 15 minutes left in this ball game. Gilmer leads 56-12.
My brother-in-law is telling me he's watching the game. He says they can't stop Lindale's run game.
Yeah, well, you know that you remember the guy that they've got blocking over there in Lindale that's going to Alabama.
Yes, I do, yeah. That left tackle from...
I think somebody put some diesel in that bulldozer, and the Eagles are keeping it on the ground a little bit, sounds like. 1st and 10, Liberty Eylau back here in Texarkana from the Buckeye 46-yard line, trying to make this game respectable.
Handoff, bounces out to the right side. Tarek Tate runs him down. Gain of about 1 on the carry.
He's taken down by number.
It's excellent defense, 30. And I got to just say that I'm
number 3.
I'm a fan of the entire Tate family. I got to send a shout out to the folks up in Tulsa. They came all the way down to the state track meet to watch him, win gold medals and win a state championship in track. The Tate family has been around forever. You remember, the contributions of Mr. Tate in the 2014 team and all the way back to 2010. Played as a freshman. We all knew what kind of athlete that he was, and just such a deep gene pool. But I got to tell you, number 3, folks, you're going to be watching him play for the next decade or so because he's got NFL written all over him.
Handoff up the middle, big hole, and a big gain there. Run of about 10, 12 yards. Easy first down for the Leopards.
Yeah, I remember during the COVID years, Jeff, when Stump Godfrey came home and was, kind of running his sessions with the young Buckeyes, Brandon Tennyson and Caden Tennyson and Ashton Haynes and Brennan Webb and Jeremiah Noble and all these guys that you see out there, and just asking Stump in between those, hey, who flashes, thinking he was going to tell me Brandon Tennyson, who's 2-time All-State quarterback, now playing quarterback for the UTSA Roadrunners, and Coach Traylor going on and on about how Brandon's really coming on. But as Stump said, hey, the most special guy that we got is wearing number 3 right now at safety for the Buckeyes. That's Tarek Tate. He is just so freakishly talented. I cannot wait to see what his career holds for him.
Handoff right side, and quarterback Buckeyes drag him down after a gain of about 3 yards on the carry. Brings up 2nd and 7. Yeah, I'm still stunned over this Chapel Hill Lindale. I mean, again, we know how good Lindale is. We barely got away with a win. Buckeyes kicked a field goal with 0 seconds on the clock to win that football game. And but after what Kilgore did to them, I thought, well, maybe they've lost their edge a little bit. But boy, to be putting it on Chapel Hill.
Well, think about this, Jeff, over there in that district. If Chapel Hill beats Kilgore beats Lindale, and Lindale beats Chapel Hill, they're all sitting there at the tie for the first place.
Yeah, what do you do?
The tiebreaker is going to kick in. Who scored how many points? And, that every snap matters in all 3 of those games.
Handoff once again. Right side, Buckeyes all over that. He's going to go backwards about 2 yards.
Bring up
1 second left. That's the end of the third quarter, and we enter the fourth quarter. 56-12, Gilmer leads. We'll be right back.
There's something special about a local hometown bank. The pace is a little slower, the smile's a little brighter, and the relationship is, well, personal. Visit us in Gilmer or our new bank in Longview on the corner of 1844 and Judson Road. For over 120 years, Gilmer National Bank has been building relationships, one customer at a time. Come see us for all your personal, commercial, and agricultural needs, because we want to hear you say,
Gilmer National Bank, that's my bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, we're back in Liberty Eylau, and we are now in the fourth quarter. Gilmer leads 56-12 going into the fourth quarter. Liberty Eylau has the ball, 3rd and 9. Quarterback drops back, wants to pass. It's going to be forced out of the pocket, forced to run, and he picks up maybe a yard or 2 on the carry. That's going to bring up 4th and long, and they're in 4-down territory. I mean, you're in the fourth quarter. You got to go for it, right, Todd?
Absolutely. I mean, they're in Buckeye territory. I mean, this game is out of hand. You're really trying to keep these kids really involved now. Remember, this team is going to drop to 1-5 after tonight, and at some point in a program like Liberty Eylau, this is the time of year where really you can do, permanent damage to your program if you don't really keep your kids in it. And as they start to see their playoff chances really kind of slip away, you'd think that Liberty Eylau is good enough to be the third place team in this district. They open up with 2 straight losses. Of course, they got to play the Buckeyes, but they still got to play their crosstown rival, Pleasant Grove, and that means they got to beat Spring Hill, beat Pittsburgh, and beat North Lamar. Right now, North Lamar and Spring Hill are both in a dogfight over there for probably a playoff spot. And you really start thinking that these games start to matter as 4 teams make the playoffs. And, of course, the Buckeyes would like to just win out and secure that second place position, which we've talked about, gives them the real advantage of not having to play Pleasant Grove and Carthage both to get to the quarterfinals and then the semifinals of the state championship game. And you got to think that, 3 of the best teams in the state, Gilmer, Pleasant Grove, and Carthage, all in the same region. Now previous years,
you talk about the District of Doom.
Yeah,
hey, listen, we've had some tough districts. We've been called the District of Doom before. I'm so glad to not be in that district. Oh my gosh, you talk about Carthage, Kilgore, best team I've seen from Kilgore in decades, and then maybe the best Lindale team I've ever seen. I mean, wow,
really gutsy quarterback over there. Of course, that big Alabama-bound offensive lineman. And
was it Poe?
They sound like they're really having a game tonight. 4th down for Liberty Eylau, back to pass.
And, hits him right in the hands. And he just drops it. Can't hang on to it. So, turnover on downs. The Buckeyes are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 28.
So 10:53 is a whole lot of time for the Buckeye offense to come back on the field. Look for number 14 and maybe number 24 to really be involved here in this next drive. As we've got a Liberty Eylau Leopard. As a matter of fact, it's the same receiver who dropped that pass that is down right now.
Joe Dodd sent a little update here. It's 23-35 now, but there's only 2 minutes, 14 seconds left in that game. So it looks like
2-score lead. That's
Lindale's going to hang on to it.
Yeah.
And they're going to beat Chapel Hill.
What
which, again, if the quarterback's out for, temporary and he comes back, he is the biggest factor on that team, obviously, by far. But
Jeff, think about it. It's what do you do with the district title and who goes which way in the playoffs? Because that means
once they get in the playoffs, if they've got him back, I think it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah,
right?
for sure, for every game that they play.
Yeah.
But still, their level of competition looks a lot different because they've got the same scenario of when those teams wind up playing again against each other. So if you've got Lindale, Kilgore, and then you've got Chapel Hill, all 3 that finish 1, 2, 3 are a tie for first place in that district. They'll all make the playoffs, but somebody's got to go the 1st seed and somebody's got to go the 3rd seed. So those teams will have to come back through each other in the regional championship games.
Yeah, and think about it.
Who's got to play each other twice?
I know. and the other thing that's never made sense to me is they take those 3 teams, and then the best one plays the worst one. Yeah. Coming out of the, out of the other districts, and it's like those first 3 games are pointless almost. How would you like to be one of those? Somebody playing one of those 3 teams?
And there are teams, Jeff, that go 2-8 and finish as the 4th place team in district and make the playoffs, and then you get to go play Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
It's like
it's unbelievable.
The easiest game of the year is by district.
It really is. Hand off to the Buckeyes, and it goes nowhere.
Quarterback for the Buckeyes.
That was
Jordan Escalante.
Was that Butler in there that got the handoff? I think it was.
Yeah, I think that was Butler that got the handoff, and Jordan Escalante is in at quarterback. 2nd and 15 now for the Buckeyes. Clock continues to run now. We'll have about 10 minutes left to play in this ball game when the ball is snapped.
We've got new quarterback, Escalante. Handoff, bounces out to the left side, back up the middle. And I can't see who that is. Number 27.
Number 27, Jimerson on the carry.
That's Jimerson down there.
Taking down by 11, Johnson.
Another deep gene pool.
Trotter.
In Gilmer, Texas, brings up 3rd and 9, and probably expect for the Buckeyes to keep this on the ground. Lots of youngsters getting a chance to get some valuable varsity snaps here.
Yeah, they're going to take their time here and run out as much clock as they can. There's a snap, handoff, up the middle. and it's about a 6-yard carry. They're going to be 2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, I think the offense stays on the field here, 4th down and 2. I don't know. Well, it looks like we're sending on the punt team, Jeff.
Yeah, they just want to flip the field.
Yeah, Coach Metzel just saying, hey, look, whichever way it goes, we run the clock. 9 minutes left now to play in this ball game. Once again, Buckeyes have it well in hand, just kind of as we expected tonight to go. The Buckeyes jump out to an early lead, played very, very well. Edmond, I mean, what can you say about the backup quarterback who really is a senior and stepped up in such a big way tonight? And the Buckeye offense really didn't miss a beat.
Almost blocked and rushed to get that punt off. We didn't have anybody set up on the right side.
Nobody.
To pick those guys up. Did you see that?
I think we may have kicked that with 10 guys.
Yeah,
Jeff.
there was nobody on the right side. I was looking at that before the ball was snapped, and I was like, are we fixing to
I have to watch the
something
replay
here or what?
I think we snapped that ball with 10 men, I think.
A lot of subs on the field, so there's some confusion.
Yeah.
And
somebody coming off the field on 3rd down forgets that they're on the backup punt team.
Right.
Realizes about the time that they see the punt get away that, oh my gosh, my guy that I should have blocked is almost blocking that punt right now. Liberty Eylau will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. 8 minutes left to play in this game, and I think the clock will probably mercifully continue to run the rest of this evening. Want to say good luck to Coach Traylor. And Coach Turner down at UTSA playing a home game tomorrow with the UTSA Roadrunners against UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham. That is a tough foe for them, probably a rivalry game as the Roadrunners in a new conference this year. And Coach Traylor, after the victory at Temple last week, is 1-0 in conference play and expecting to contend for that conference title. That's what we've all come to expect as all those ex-Buckeyes down there in San Antonio. Got those guys playing great with a couple of more Buckeyes down there, and I'm sure much more to join them as the years continue. Coach G.J. Kinney, the ex-Gilmer Buckeye, off to a fabulous start also as the first head coach, his first head coaching job with Texas State. And ironically, his only loss this year, Jeff, has come to the UTSA Roadrunners, Coach Traylor.
Taking them on 15 easily.
And GJ with the #1 offense in all of college football last year at Incarnate Word down in San Antonio. Now moving that offense to the Texas State Bobcats and having lots of success as well in Sun Belt Conference. So we wish all those former Buckeyes good luck tomorrow playing on Saturdays and a couple playing on Sundays, Chris Boyd and playing for the Arizona Cardinals, staying healthy and making paychecks. So proud of KB.
Handoff up the middle. Just got enough there for it looks like for the first down, so that's going to move the chains. And Todd, I asked you a while ago to set up the band, the Gilmer band, as they were coming out at halftime. And I expected you to say, hey, we won sweepstakes and got ones. Because I don't know anything about band. I know you were a drummer in the band. But Eric and I were both sitting there in amazement at the education that you gave us about the
I thought it was
the different types of bands, the military marching bands. I didn't know any of that stuff.
Yeah, corps marching bands. A lot of folks don't know. It's and again, once again, you don't appreciate truly what the band does. But if you want to know what those young men and women are doing when they're marching up and down the field, just bring yourself out to the track. And bring a straw from Sonic, put the straw in your mouth, hold your nose, and breathe through that straw for about 2 laps. That's about what it's like to blow your horn and to march at the same time. And again, Jeff, they're going to do it next week on Friday before the football game and on Saturday, and then they're going to march in the parade, and then they're going to go back to marching contest. So those young men and women in the band don't quite have it easy from a physical standpoint in what they do every single week. They are in phenomenal physical shape as well, but also they gotta actually play the right notes, play together, march in unison. It is not an easy thing to do. Same thing with the drill team and the majorettes. I mean, hey, I've been close enough to a majorette to know that I don't want to touch that big old silver thing with big knobs on the back of it where you try to twirl it around and it hits you in the head a time or two. It is not easy to watch our kids perform. As you said, Jeff, the biggest classroom in the high school is out here on the football field, but it's not just the guys with helmets on. It is all those young men and women playing instruments, marching, high kicking, twirling batons. It is all quite an effort, and it teaches such great lessons in life.
Handoff.
Great
Buckeyes
defense.
are right on top of it, and they're going to stop that for a loss of about 2 yards. It's going to bring up 4th and 7. 4 minutes left on the clock. Clock is just going to continue to run. Both teams have basically agreed to just say we're going to keep it on the ground and get out of here.
Wonderful. As the Buckeyes, now are we on the road next week? Is that correct? Once again, we're home again next week. And I think we're North Lamar, is that correct? I think it's North Lamar, which once again is one of those human teams. So get ready, folks. This is just how it's going to be as we wind down this last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. These young Buckeyes are going to get experience. They're going to be blowing teams out the next 7 or 8 weeks. If they can get healthy and really get themselves ready for a playoff run, folks, it really sets up nice. I know it is hard to think that as the Buckeyes are going to move to 3-3 here on the season, and you think, oh, ho hum. Look, folks, you got to think the way things have shaken out, the Buckeyes may be a favored team for the 4A Division II state title, the way things shake out. Because, again, just the way the cookie crumbles in the playoffs, not having to play back-to-back weeks, Carthage and then Pleasant Grove, they got to go through each other before they'll face the Buckeyes. That is just how it works. Not fair. It wasn't fair last year when we had to play Carthage and then they turned around and played Pleasant Grove. The best team is going to go through that gauntlet and probably win the state championship. But it is a huge advantage for the Buckeyes knowing that those two teams got to play each other before they play us.
4th and 1, and they pick up the first down, so they're going to move the sticks rather, and the clock continues to run. And so we're about 2 minutes from getting out of here tonight, folks. We appreciate everybody that listened to the broadcast tonight. We have such a great listening audience. We're glad to be back with you, and I want to thank Ben Lofton and Jake Peterman once again for filling in for Todd and I last week as we were both out of town on business trips. And it doesn't happen very often when we're both gone. It just happened to on that particular day, and we want to thank those gentlemen for doing a fine job filling in. And it's nice to know that we got that much talent around that can fill in when needed. As Buckeyes stop another one, and it's going to be maybe 1 or 2 more snaps, and then that's going to be the end of the game.
52, Anderson.
Well, Todd, it has been a wild year, I can tell you that. I've watched some of the best football so far this year. It's going to get a little slower, Buckeye fans, for those of you that like the blowout games.
Here comes your part of the year.
Your part of the year now. You can kick in and probably enjoy the rest of the year as Gilmer's going to take on North Lamar, Spring Hill, and Pittsburgh.
That's correct, Jeff. And for the expectation anyway, that will put Gilmer as the second place team out of district and then line them up against some number 3 seed teams in the playoffs. Really, it's kind of clear sailing for the Buckeyes, and they will be favored and expected to win all the way up to the week 5, which will be in the playoffs, the winner of Pleasant Grove and Carthage. And that game will really determine probably not only who goes to the state championship game, but probably determine the state champion. And I got to tell you, folks, it as crazy as it sounds, at 3-3 here, Jeff, on Friday the 13th. Maybe it's a good day for a crazy prediction, but I got to tell you, I told Coach Metzel this. I feel better about our chances to go get a ring right now where we are this year than I've felt pretty much the entire tenure that Coach Metzel's been here. And we've been to the state championship game twice now. So that ought to tell you something. We shall see here. As you say, Jeff, that's why they play the games. But for tonight, the Buckeyes win 56-12. We'll start the long journey back to Upshur County, knowing that the Buckeyes are back on track and will be for a little while. We will see you next week from Jeff Traylor Stadium, and Jamboree time kicking in as the fall weather is starting to cool off, and it is going to be fall Friday nights from here on in. So for myself, Todd Robinson, and the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash, We say good night, have a great weekend, go Roadrunners, and go Buckeyes. We'll see you next week.